Hello, everyone. How's it going today? How are we all doing? So, as I get the music set up here, what do we want to do today? I'm kind of feeling like the superstructure for the what's it called? The privateer should be finished today, but also we'll see how what I want to work on that. Let's put it that way. All right, let's get our Claire Obscure music started, and it'll be a good time today. I feel. There we go. All right, that's a little bit louder than I want. There we go. Let me know if that's too loud for you guys. As always, you know how the deal works at this point. Alrighty. Let's see who we got. We got Ratkin. Hello, Tuesday. Congrats on getting first. Slowboy, Driver. It's good to see you all. JJ, congrats on your 7 stream streak. Wow, an entire week. That's crazy. Gremlin, good to see you as well. Name a unit the P-booter. Also, well, we don't have any units to name today. You know what, Soulboy? Only because you know how to use that correctly, you're not getting any points refunded for that one. Unless a mod decides to take pity on you. Name yourself, then? Probably not, no. Not quite how it works, is it? Alright. Privateer. Let's see what we gotta do left on this first. I feel like it's gonna end up being about 10,000 blocks at the creek, which means we failed in creating a smaller boat for our campaign. But the idea just kind of went, onwards and upwards as we built. So I don't mind having a secondary, well, it's a light cruiser, right? Light cruisers can be, it's just a little guy. Hey, M3, how's it going? Very EB help. Fall asleep. Do it now. Just fall asleep. No one's stopping them. Alright, there's the ads going. I forgot to put those during the start there. My apologies. So, well, in that case, I guess let's just yap before we work on this. I feel like today I either want to get back here done and get this situated into the hull, or do we want to come back here and finally finish out the front? I'm really happy with how this turned out on Friday. Like, how we managed to get the superstructure here. That looks really good to me, and I'm super happy with this. So, I don't have much I need to do in that way. We also need to figure out the central superstructure for in here, now that I think about it as well. Like, how do we want to do the center? Because I was thinking, oh, I could maybe put like a big cram in here. Yeah, that way if we face any heavier targets, we can just destroy them with cram, right? I don't think these guns exactly do a lot against, what's it called? Bigger ships. Let's test it out, actually. I was just doing against something like...
Preston, I have a message from the field, :tree.
So true. I don't think it's going to do a lot against the Marauder, considering how much it does against planes, right? Alright. I do need the UI on for this. Let's aim here, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't exactly do the most against, you know what, it does okay against non-armored targets. So it's not exactly useless against, larger craft, but, like... What would the Brigand? The Brigand would definitely kill this guy. The Brigand kills the, freebooter, probably. Just... Well, actually, it costs more, but maybe not. I also have to try to freebooter against New Plunderer at some point. Hey, Eileen, it's good to see you. I hope you've been well. Enjoy your work. Fall awake instead. So true. Sure. Let's. Oh, let's try it against that new Great Souvenir, because that's meant to be an expert, right? How are we looking here in terms of damage? Just don't fire back. I'm just trying to figure out the damage, not necessarily if we can out DPS. Alright, well... I guess these shells do okay, but... I was thinking of changing them to the airburst frag, so that... Or frag, so that we could take out planes easier, but... Honestly, I kind of like having dual-purpose batteries here. But the muzzle velocity we might increase to make up for that, than just attack flyers easier. Hey, Gravitas, how's it going? Really pours the roars. Oh my god. Yeesh, guys. God, I love Clear Up Sears music. Alright, yeah. In that case, I feel like the ads are done. Let's get into the work, shall we? I think we'll work on over here first. So we have our little balcony here. Let's grab the freebooter just for consistency's sake in our superstructure. Actually, you know what? No, let's get quirky, perhaps even different. Actually, no, we will not be quirky or different today. I was thinking maybe we take from the plunderer, but because freebooter took from the old plunderer, right? Not the new one. But let's not worry about that right now. Alright, so we're looking at a pretty standard build back here, just one slope over one slope type idea, right? Layer it, so that's not hard. Probably put that up front. How do we do the front for freebooter? I know we have those diagonal doors, which I think could go really well underneath the balcony there. Hey, machine, how's it going? Roar spin. High gauge HE is fun for multi-roll guns. True, but they're only 250 guns. So I don't know if we'll have exactly what you call a high gauge. There we go. Let's worry about the aesthetics of it first, and then we'll worry about the actual, you know, functionality. Oh, actually, in terms of functionality, I think we have most of our placements. So then we just need some missiles and something to probably go inside here. Whether it's a torp launcher or whatever it can be, I'm not sure yet. But and maybe we'll put a little gun back here as well, just to break up the space. I'm not sure. Not a big gun like the double barrels, though, for sure. But I want to see if I can make this one like bristle as much as possible with weaponry. But we are very rapidly approaching our cost limit. Yeah, and with missiles, that's going to take us over 200 probably. Oh well. Look, the budget can balloon a little bit, okay, chat? We have a little bit of a budget as a treat. So EP? Oh my god, guys, go to bed. Why are you doing staying up? Go to bed if you're EP. Fall asleep to the stream. Actually, no, I don't think this is gonna work. I think I will grab a plunderer. Alright. Let's see what we got here, because this might be one of those streams where I'm just doing more yapping than building. I ain't gonna lie, chat. Okay. Yeah, that's a more standard deep-water cargo build there than I'm used to. Alright, well, we can still take this idea, I think. Because I need a walkway for this ladder to come down onto anyway, right? So... But I want that walkway to be separate from this balcony here. Just because of the way we did this on Monday. I just didn't really plan it out. Alright, so that is pretty high. But the window's on top instead of on the bottom. Interesting. Okay. Neat. So, let's implement some of that, shall we? We can just put our own shape on the flat deck here. Okay, that works for me. Well, actually, let's get the deck in first, then. We'll get the deck in, and then we'll worry about, what's it called? Getting everything else in. Alright. Should probably get the sides in as well. God, there's so much to do in these builds, eh? Always so much to do. Do I want to have that raise up there? I don't think I do. Yeah, I think just having it flat across will make it easier to build the section. Alrighty. That works, I guess. Hey, Monster Kicker, how's it going? Good Seagull today. Oh, we're getting lots of the variety today of people coming out is great. I feel like I haven't seen a few of you in a while. It's nice. Hope you all have been splendid. It's so nice having those days where like I was talking with a streaming buddy about this, but like you just have days where you're like, oh wow, like, these are like the old guard, right? Or like sometimes you just get all new people. It's always interesting people you see when you're doing streams. It's always so interesting. I do my best to remember most of you. What up? Hey Lava, how's it going? Hey Carson. Going good? Hell yeah. I'm in bed right now, but I'm not tired enough to actually sleep. Oh yeah, in that case, definitely keep watching the stream. I'm sure me humming and hawing over superstructure will turn anyone to sleep. Because it's always my least favorite part of Deep Water Guard, but it's the superstructure. Not because I think superstructure is boring. I actually think it's incredibly interesting. I just think it's also incredibly difficult to build, sadly. Alright. Yeah, actually, you know what? We can change the music to make it more like soothing for people trying to sleep right now. For my European audience. Alright, chat, it's stream time. You know what that means. Time to tuck in, everyone. There we go, grab that. That's the center point? Why did I? Oh, God. No, that makes sense because the asymmetry that I wanted, but oh God, is that ever gonna be, That's gonna bug me, but that's gonna look really good. That's the issue. But I will be bothered by that. Alright, there we go. Alrighty. So that gives us our platform to work with, I think. Which, honestly, now that I look at it, isn't a lot. But we don't need to worry about the smokestacks, so that does refine quite a bit for us. Immersion in pain is salvation is so correct. I know, right? For those you wondering, EU5 has a... So, like, the entire OST is, like, usual, pretty standard strategy game music. It has some, like, inspirational stuff, has some, like, ambient stuff, right? And then they just hit you with Pain is Salvation, and it's the hardest track dropped in the year. It is insane how good it is. Squat. Oh my God, Eileen, thank you. Squats. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I haven't done those in a while. My knees. Alrighty. Let's get back into it, shall we? Hey, mate, Eileen, how have you been? It's good to see you. Alright. We have our water wheels there. We have... You deserve this. Thank you for the care package. My coffee isn't quite cool enough to drink yet, so I will postpone that care package for when my coffee is cool enough to drink. Alright, I just need one lower layer here, right? Maybe we take it out of here. Oh, you know what we do? Okay, I know what we do. I figured it out, chat. So we have about enough room here. We have just enough room. Let's go. That's huge. Okay. So we're gonna put this here. And we're gonna slowly cry as we try to work our superstructure, and then eventually probably just tell Quarry to do it anyway, but until we tell Quarry to do it anyway, we will try our best. I think that is fair. Actually, can we extend it out? No, because we kind of made the balcony too thin, eh? Shit, eh? Kind of made that too thin. Could do maybe. Let's do something here. No, this is gonna look bad. Maybe? I'm not sure about this one. Yeah, I think I like the other way better. we'll do though is actually move this back. And then maybe give ourselves some room to, maybe do something like this, I guess? Just so it's not as... No, I kind of want the, okay, let's get the bottom shape first, shall we? I want to copy the Plunderer's style here with the metal on the bottom and then the windows going up. Alright, so let's assume that we want the door right down the middle here. So we'll do this. Does it have an entire one piece? It does not, it's just 2 and the 2, okay. Alright. Yeah, we do something like that, I think. That works. And then that does let us connect this over here. If we wanted to do that. If I did it like this, but I just don't feel like that looks as good as if it was one in, right? Because like over here, at least this way, it looks weird, but it's, you know, it's like it's a Deepwater Guard amount of jank, right? Then maybe we just slope over it, I guess. No, because that's supposed to go in like that. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Okay. So we can't do that. We do need to do it this way. Okay. That would be how it would go. Then honestly, maybe what we do is we just we extend the balcony out a little bit. I gotta go find a room and 107 wherever the fuck that is. By the way, no worries, Monster. You have a good one. Have fun at uni. All right, maybe we take out here. Yeah, connecting here is gonna be the hard part, I feel. Do this, obviously. Then we have our windows. Again, like I said, I'm just copying the Plunderers for the front here. Then we can modify it as we go back. Alright, and then up here. That there, that works. And then we can curve it around the rest of the way for the rest of these guys, I feel. And it just puts us in here, which is a very weird segment. Like, how would I connect all of this, you know? Actually, I think I may have just figured it out. You know what? That looks weird, but it doesn't look bad. I think that's going to be the only way we can connect that out without having it look, like, off. Yeah, I think that works, actually. Actually, what's the other way? The other way is we do it like this. But this, yeah, that doesn't work because of the bottom there. Okay, no, that works, that works. Alright, that works for me. Alright, so we come in here. That should be part of a lower balcony area, but we don't have to worry about that, so let's just end it up in here. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. In that case, what we can do actually is do like this. Yeah, I think that just works for now. Angle that sideways so it matches the color scheme. Put you here. And then just out front here, we can use this little guy. Alright, that works for now. Not my favorite way of doing that, but I should probably use the standard green door as well. There we go. With decos, that will look okay. That'll look fine. Hey, Zena, how's it going? Okay, dokie. Let's see how else we want to do this, shall we? Obviously, we'll have like railing up here to cover the balcony part, so I'm not worried about that. As we go down sideways, though, that will be a trickier part to work with. Honestly, maybe we do just put a separate balcony here that the ladder goes to. Or do we want the ladder to go all the way down? Because I thought we were going to have more room for like another level, another layer here, but that's what we're going to. So I think we just have a, the ladder end at this balcony here. Well, the other option is we only have this balcony go inside. That's another option we can do. All right, you guys are made sin reaction. I don't know what that means in reference to in reference to the game, but thank you. Alrighty. You are made sin. I see. That still does not help me with reference to the game, but I appreciate it. Alright, let's put you in here. There we go. Okay, so that's the inside there done. I kind of do like this bottom part here with the metal square corners. That's actually pretty cool. How's that done? That's done exactly how I think it's done, right? Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. We can probably do ours a bit bigger. No, let's keep it similar to how Paphos did it. There's no point in reinventing the wheel here, especially when I hate building the wheel. Alright, that looks about right. Oh, he did 2 in the center. Yeah, we can do actually, no, we can do 3, I think. I want it to be circular. Let's do 2 here. That will build up over time. And then it does look a little bit tall, so I'm wondering if maybe we should put a maybe just a little bit of oomph to that rear deck there. Look like it's amalgamated. No, because okay, so the thing that I'm always having the issue with, right, is that Paphos style ships are kind of just slapped on top of the flat deck there. You can see it there, right? With the plunderer. My issue is similar to the freebooter. I want to be able to integrate the deck into the superstructure, which is where it's causing issues right now. You know what I mean? We love a little yapping? Hell yeah, machine. Sorry, I missed that message earlier. But, like, the nice thing is, like, the ship does look like a Paphos style design. Like, it looks like it fits in here, but just a very different way of doing it, right? And I assume the masts and all that will be more so. The big airboat fan is probably not the most Paphos style, but I think it's nice as like a unique feature for this build. I'm just trying to figure out why is this the part I'm struggling with. All right, so excuse me. I believe we want 2 in here, right? Yeah, so that's size 2. Oh, but okay, we're doing ours taller, aren't we? We don't have the. Actually, no, we can do a lower. We can do a lower balcony here. That actually works. That works fine. Oh, but that juts out there, doesn't it? Oh, it juts out here on this one too. We are fine. Rules are meant to be broken, though. Yeah. So it's knowing when to break the rules on a deep water design. That's the. That's not necessarily the part I'm struggling, it's just that's the part we're dealing with right now. So because ours doesn't go around the corner there, we can actually just have it jut out here, I guess. Let's do this correctly. There we go. Yeah, okay, this is starting to work. And then over here, this little metal portion feels a little bit weird. So let's just copy the front side over there. And have this come back this way. Why is this only a 2 meter one? Oh, right, because up top we changed it. Right. I was gonna say, why is that? I was like, oh, that's only a 2 meter space. But that makes sense. I forgot how much deco work I did to get that walkway working. I realized I probably shouldn't. One second. I probably don't want a balcony on this side because I have the little balcony above it. So we'll do the right hand side separate from the left. The left is what we're focused on right now. And the bottom floors can be symmetrical though. That part I don't mind. But the way we do a roof on this side is going to have to be different, sadly. To get the whole superstructure, you should try using the straw. Something like glue. Oh my god, Chuck. Why would I use perfectly good provisions on provisions? Wabba, no. Perfectly good provisions is crazy to say to that. That's incredible. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. So, oh god, I love this song. One of my favorite from the game. Okay, so maybe we don't actually have this crimp in, maybe? I'm not sure. Honestly, let's just have this as, like, the ladder area. It doesn't need to go anywhere else, honestly. We're just making the walkability area right now, so I don't mind just screwing around with this. Yeah, just have this as a little, like, one-off walkable area where you can take a ladder to. Maybe put a telescope on it, I don't know. I think we have a lot of telescopes. Oh, you know what, here, maybe we'll put, like, a little machine gun nest here, that's what we can do here. Hey, Lionel, good to see you. Talking about people I haven't seen in a while, I hope you're doing well. Hell roar. I love it. I know hell roar is supposed to be like hello and roar speak, but it just looks like, ah, hell roar. It goes hard as the title as well. That's the funniest part. Alright, so that metal goes back and then into the... Okay, I see how this does. There we go. That's fine. What we do now is boom. Do I really need to go more than one in? Not really, do I? I don't even really need the one hallway portion, and then we're doing like the pilfer circle for the missiles on the back, right? And then the rest of the superstructure is over on this side with the smokestacks. So I'm not necessarily... God, we're gonna have to do the smokestack superstructure as well. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm really not looking forward to that. Oh yeah. Then I think I might also get some... I like the way the interceptors are done in the plunder as well, so I'm gonna have to cut into the hull like the freebooter and add some interceptors and all that as well. That'll be fun. Man, every time I look at this project, I'm like, it's coming along as my vision was, and it's so nice. Like I love just having a project where the vision is working. You know what I mean? The vision encounters some difficulties occasionally, but the vision is, in generally, working. Alright. Let's get this fixed up. And then do opposite sides down here. Put in some poles just for some texture. And then have the windows. There we go. The vision is working because Roar's wearing glasses. I actually don't have my glasses on right now. So theoretically I should be like this. It just works. Oh, look at that, chat. When was the last time we did a no glasses stream? Isn't that crazy? I feel like we haven't had one of these in forever. It just works. So true. Like half of deep water guard, the majority of deep water guards, it just works. Alright, so we have our little balcony here. We put it back in to have a kind of like that bowl shape here. Oh, and back here, that's cool too. Well, I guess maybe let's get the pilfer circle in that we want, right? Because we do specifically want the pilfers like rear superstructure part. Not necessarily the sunroom part, but just the shape here. So that is too tall, which for ours will probably make it pretty tall. And then it's just the circle on top. Okay, that works. That works super easily. I love the way deep water guard superstructures are always staggered. Why aren't you wearing them? Because I don't actually normally wear my computer or my glasses at my PC. I'm nearsighted, right? So looking at a computer screen like this, I can see it perfectly fine. I usually only wear my glasses when I'm driving, honestly. Like, oh, I know glasses didn't look wrong now, does it? This is what we had for. We've only had the glasses for like a few months. We had no glasses for an entire year before, right? I think it's because of the I added a lot of motions to VTuber model as well with V2. So the rigging on the Maidstone model is just a toggle for my OG model. The person who does like all of my rigging and whatnot combined them two on, and it seems like he's gotten a little bit better at rigging as well, because this model feels a lot more lively than my last one did, didn't it? Well, if you wouldn't look really wrong, true. But it's I will say the new model is just livelier than the last one too, despite being the same artwork, right? Alrighty. There we go. Okay, how do I want to go from here? I gotta blow my nose. 1 second. Alright, we are back. Also, you know what this music reminds me of? Nier Automata. I've already 100%ed the game, but I kind of want to play it on stream anyway, because Nier Automata was so much fun. So I have such a bad save that I have to pretty much wait on everywhere. That's fair. That is perfectly fair. Alright. So we have down there solved. That all works. Let's get... okay, so 2, 4, 2. So let's get that in back here at the level we want it to be at. Let's say we want it to actually be at the same as this balcony here. Alright, so we want... How wide is the... I can't see it from this angle. That is only 1. Okay, it's 1, 2. We're fine. Let's assume that... Okay, so I do want a little bit of metal lip around it. Yeah, I can. Okay. Let's copy how the pilfer does it. I actually really like that, and that gives us a bonus little area of knowing where to start from. That will. Oh, and plus, you know what? That adds right into the metal band we already have at the bottom here. Anyway. Okay, this all works. This all works. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So we're actually gonna put this here, and then what we're gonna do, everywhere. There we go. And then, as always, we can just deco in the connection piece right there. There we go. That gives us a little bit at the back, and it's still a little bit different than how the other crafts do it as well. Still. So it's still a little bit unique, you know? We're taking inspiration from, we're not directly copying. Which is usually the ideal for how you want to do Deep Water Guard, in my opinion. Now, I don't like the purple metal mix that the Pilferer has, hence why I'm not doing it there. But if you like it, you can always do it yourself. Alright, so that comes in there. And that part actually isn't metal on Plunderer, but we're gonna... You know what? I think we can get away with mostly metal. You know? Let's take this, put in our rear portion here. And does that follow around with the metal direction? Doesn't? Okay, huge. That will go like this. Oh, that works perfectly for us, doesn't it, chat? Let's go. We do occasionally cook here on the channel. It's very nice. There we go. Excuse me. Alrighty. Let me just put that there, make that solid. Yeah, look at that. Okay, that's a good combination, I feel, of the Plunderer and Pilferer. I'm happy with that. So now let's just build it up. Alright, so we need... Need you in here, obviously. And then that's where it extends outwards, so we don't have to worry about that right now. They actually do a little metal segment here, which... You know what? Let's put it metal for now, and then we can worry about maybe fixing that later, right? Oh, I see how that's done now, right? I actually kind of prefer this way with the square corner. It's a little bit more, you know? We can do like this for now, like how I do it. And then in the meantime, let's get the rest of our little side bit in. So that fits. Okay, yeah, so it's just gonna be a weird transition piece for these two blocks here, but you know what? That's pretty much what we wanted. And then just from the top up there, because we'll have this walk out onto the area here, and then maybe from the top we put a bridge coming over here. Maybe not a bridge, I don't know. Maybe we'll do some sort of like silly superstructure walkway in the middle though. Because if I was gonna put a bridge, I might as well put it out here, right? But I kind of like having this place for the telescopic tracker. So Nier Automata had me sob at the end. Oh my god, Nier Automata destroyed. Like I have a few games that like I binge through them and then they just leave me feeling so hollow at the end. Nier Automata was one of those because I just loved that game. And then Persona 3 was the other one recently. Nier Replicant also left me feeling pretty hollow at the end. Didn't I test it at the best I could see the first row of that test? I can get down to about row 5, so I'm not legally required to drive with glasses. I just do not like driving without my glasses. Just because it doesn't feel safe, you know what I mean? Alright. Yeah, that works. And in here. Alright, perfect. What we'll do to block out down here is we could just do this, but that would be boring. Let's do something like this instead. There we go. Let's move you up. And then just delete that as well so there's no double decos. There, and that prevents it from getting a little bit visually forward on the platform itself. Alright, now in here is the issue, isn't it? You know what? Probably make this 3 meters, actually. But first row was really good. I thought 5 row was really good. It is. But, like, so the issue, I think my issue maybe is that at speed, trying to see it is what's really difficult for me. Sorry, my sinuses are still been clogged. I'm getting better. I don't have the cough anymore, but my sinuses still get clogged, so I apologize. 1 second. The nice news about getting better is that I actually slept for once last night. That was really nice. I stayed up late again as usual, but I don't feel as tired as I normally would. That was a nice little change of pace, I must admit. The other option too is we can just... let's just do this like this. And then, because we know this goes in here, because this area back here is going to be reinforced. That part's fine. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. Do I want this metal in here, though? For where we put the visual turrets. Probably not, eh? Also, I feel like I should remove some of the height on this. Yeah, let's remove some of the height on this, or some of the length. Sorry. Sorry, I'm gonna be all over the place today. Just working on this. Downscaling. Here. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's not supposed to be mirrored, is it? No. Whoops. Yeah, I forgot that side's supposed to look different. My bad. Alright, take you. Put you in here. You across here. It's just because it looks a little bit too big right now is the biggest issue. You're wondering why I'm doing this. Alright. There we go. Now let's just fix up here. Copy. Paste all. Mirror. Delete all. Delete mirror. Delete mirror is so nice, honestly. Alright, there we go. That works. I'm jealous now. I got 12 hours of sleep. I'm still really tired after waking up. So what probably happened there is you probably got too much sleep, honestly. I know that happens to some folks where they get too much sleep and it just ruins. Like, it happens to me too. Like if I oversleep, I feel so groggy in the next morning. But let's just do that so it doesn't match up. Actually, we can have that match up. Whatever. What? No, that's wrong. All right. There you go. Still pretty decently happy with this. And then just have this removed. Okay, that works. Yeah, that looks a little bit better, and it won't block the rear as much. It doesn't overhang the rear as much, which is nice. Okay. Okay, this is starting to come together. I'm starting to see the vision. It's not that long because my mood just feels so much better from a long sleep. That's fair. Hey, how's it going? Here to try and calm down because I'm pissed off again? No worries. I hope the music helps as I yap about boat fins. Okay, so we got that in there. Yeah, the issue here is that we just overbuilt the superstructure. The second issue being I really do not want to rebuild the superstructure. So, yo, GA. Oh, I still love that username. It's so good. How could it be the first through a closed window? Open the window first, then it's perfectly fine, as long as there's no one else on the other side. Just keep in mind, I will say, even if you're angry, destructive behaviors due to anger will not solve the initial anger. That's what I've learned in life. And who knows, you may destroy something you regret destroying, so take the time, you know, feel the anger, parse through it, and go from there. That's what I recommend. Let me just actually continue this all the way along. No, that feels like it needs more windows. Let's just put one window here. Yeah, something like that. We could just combine this all the way across, maybe? No, that looks bad. do something like this here, have 2 additional windows. Only have 2 additional corners to go off. Do we? Do we? That would be really dumb. How's that look? Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Alright, let's not do that. Honestly, let's just close it off. I'm sure Quarry can figure out some of the Vtuber if it needs it. Alright, there we go. Yeah, you know what? I feel like that's okay as a superstructure. Yeah, that works fine. Hey, welcome back, Gravitas. How's it going? What about destructive behaviors due to cold logical calculations? Well, that's not really solving your anger, then, is it? You could try the military. Anyway, my main point being is just, you know, take the time to process the anger and, you know, go through it, right? Because actions done in haste will make regrets. So, that's my biggest point. Alright, so we don't need as much metal on the turret because our turret isn't an APS turret. We just have fun coming through here. Okay, I see how this stuff. We didn't leave ourselves enough room, did we? How did I mess this up? No, that works fine, actually. That's actually fine. I'm just panicking. I was not following the planikin, so I started panicking. Alright, there we go. Go. Like I said, I just want that little turreted area for missiles to go in. And also, if they turn... Wow, with the turn angle on this, it's actually going to be able to... Oh, that'll be interesting, wouldn't it? If I let it happen like that. Interesting. Okay, cool. That could be really interesting. Ah, yes, a quarry problem if ever there was one. True. Section of property is so fun, and it calms me. Well, yes, but I'm just saying, like... I'm sure you understand my point, though. I'm not here to tell you how to manage your anger. That part's up to you. I'm just here to tell you, hey, maybe just be careful with what you destroy, right? I do it like that. Yeah, I think that works a little bit better. So it does... yeah, that works better. Okay. Get the money made through. Hey, mountain creature! Ah, wow. How's it going? I love getting to say your username. Ah, wow. So much fun. Alrighty. So that comes out. Just no, we're not too far. Go like this, so it's a little bit better without those black lines. And then we can put a little staircase here. Alrighty. And then we just do this. We gotta keep the arrow pattern consistent. Go. Alright. I know I put him around here somewhere. Did I call it the loggerhead missiles? I should have, if I was smart. I didn't call them the loggerhead missiles, did I, chat? What did I call this the other day? I know I saved them. That's not it. I still have the Riptide turret, that's crazy. I need to get rid of that. Do a new one at some point. Tier turrets, Protect. I really need to work on naming my naming my sub objects, because what the hell are half of these? What the hell is this shit? It's also not what I want. What am I doing? Loggerhead. I did name them Loggerhead myself. There we go. Alright. So that's kind of what I want to fit in there. Honestly, what if we just close off the back instead of having it trail out like normal, eh? Yeah, the plunderer has its closed. We know we have precedent for closing the back up. Actually, let's just, instead of keeping it open like how we normally would on a freebooter, for example, we can just close it. Okay, I just missed 3 blocks in a row. Oh my god, that depth perception might be hated. Alright. No, don't do adventures. Just do armchair. What? That's problems for oneself. Just trying bourgeoisie. No, okay, let's not encourage it. Please. Getting your bishop man doesn't get this off, just got 7 room. So we all know I can feel really hard to really just lay that country. Oh, remember not to go too far. Not the Russian oil refinery. Jesus Christ, gravitas. But that APS is just what I call OPS when I play Helldivers with him. Do you ever call him Potat Quam? That's the real question. I do have a Potat Quam in there saved. I have no idea what the context for that was. I genuinely do not remember. Alright, so we keep that there. Now we want to keep... Oh, I just realized the plunderer has a little collar part to the back of his head now. That's cute. Alright, so we go there, and then just come in one. Okay. Take you. We want to replace that metal section with this. There we go. And then we'll take this. This. Oh, wait, how's it done over here? Interesting, okay. So we have to get a little bit silly with it, I see. I think I know how to do this. All the way around. There we go. Now we have to be careful here not to put too much metal, because I feel like we already have a lot of metal on this superstructure in comparison to what we normally do. So we're gonna have to watch out as we're building here to make sure it doesn't get too much. But now that I'm saying that, looking at this, no, we're probably fine still. Now we just do 2 meters back and 2 meters in. Something like that, right? There we go. That's the shape we want. Because we want to not cut off the fire angle for the missiles, right? So. Alright, I love it when a build comes together, honestly. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's clean. It gives us the gap we want on the outside too to have it come flush back in. So, all right, this is working. It's definitely not my favorite superstructure I've done. Definitely not a well-balanced superstructure, but it is a superstructure. And you know what? That's all we need at the end of the day. Just chew on when I'm angry. I find that bite and chew and relaxes me. Yeah, hey, if that's what works for you, that's what works for you, right? Maybe it's the rebooter cram. Oh, you know what? I think Potat Quam is the newest rebooter cram. I think you might be onto something there. Okay, so we have this connect to each other here, I think. Why do I build like this? Why do I do this to myself? Let's try and maybe get a square corner in here. And then just... That doesn't work. What am I doing? What have I done? Yeah, I think that's gonna be the best we're gonna get. Yeesh. Okay. Put you in there as well. Alright, well, you know what? At least it connects the metal over, right? I don't think that is the best we're gonna get. My god, that looks horrible. Alright. You know what? I will simply be okay with that. Now, we could just do this. And make it bored. I think what we'll do instead, actually, is make it interesting. By having a rear observation area. There we go. Now everyone has a little bit of overhang. It's a treat, you know? Here. Here. Alright. Alright, that works, yeah, because now we don't have to angle the other side as much either. We can just fill in the holes here, right? No, that's slightly off. You're kidding me. Don't do this to me. Do you know how much I sacrificed? To be fair, we probably could just have a little bit of an overhang here, honestly. Actually, no, I don't like that. No, I have to delete these guys, because I actually liked having it flush back here. Alright, so what was that? 6, 7, and 0.7 and 0.3. It wasn't quite like that, I guess. It was the other way around. This was free. This was 6, 7. Okay. There we go. I was gonna say, I was like, that doesn't look right. Bye, sorry. No worries, you're fine. I'm gonna head off and I knock myself. Hey, no worries. Do what you gotta do. I'm never worried about it, okay? Alright. Where would I want to go with this today? Honestly, we could probably just do this. Well, I feel like every other time we've done that, right? No, honestly, that just worked. We'll just do that for now. If you can get something better along the line, we can do that, but just combine the areas together, right? I know what we gotta do. We need to do this all along. That fit? No way. There we go. Oh my, where's my backspace? Jesus. I have the microphone set up right in front of me now, and it's it causes so many issues. Alright, that's a little bit off, but you know what? Barely perceivable. Alright, and then same idea here. Make it as wide as we need. Add original mesh. You to free as well. There we go. No idea what I just deleted. Let's not do that. And then in here, do this. Alright, there we go. That all connects up now, and it looks a little bit smoother than how it could have. Not necessarily symmetrical with the other side, but I don't necessarily want it to be, if that makes sense. Let's fix in here as well. Get that fixed up. Alrighty. Dare I say it, chat? We may have actually finished the topmost part of the superstructure. He looks a little bald with the back of the head there, but that's okay. You know, some of my best friends have, some of my best friends. Oh, that's mean. But I shouldn't say it's mean. I don't know. Give him Fenestra. True. All right, and then up here we can just make these wood eventually as well. All right, the privateer does get Fenestra. It looks pretty nice. Yeah, I'm happy with how it's looking. Like it's not how I intended it to be, but it is looking good. You know what I mean? I think taking the idea from the plunderer of just closing off the back instead of having it open into an area. Hey, Scarlet Knight, welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, I think having it close off instead of being open like how I've done it every other time really is helping with it. Does that make sense? Alrighty. Oh wow, we're only an hour. Okay, some streams with the privateer feel like they go too quickly, like when we had the 5-hour stream last week. And then some days like today, like we've only been doing this for an hour and look how much we got done. I feel like we've done so much work in an hour just getting this fitted in here, you know? I'm happy with this. It's good, I don't understand this game, but my friends do? Oh, nice. I was gonna say, who are your friends? I might actually know them from the community, oddly enough. But if you have any questions, if you want to shock them or surprise them, please, by all means, let me know. I work on the game, so I tend to have I have an approximate knowledge of most things, is how I describe myself. Hey, Pander? Okay, that name actually does sound familiar. God, the OFD Discord is so small, I just tend to know everyone. Alrighty. Said he knew you. Oh, that would be it. Yeah, ads 07, no worries. The ads will head out in just a minute there. I'll wait for the ads to be done. In the meantime, those of you subscribed, let's yap about this build. So we know its intended use case. We know its intended cost, which I'm sure it will find a way to go over. Because we have about, what, 60k left for the engine, resources, materials, AI, armor. Like, we're definitely going to go over cost. It's just a reality, because we haven't even finished the decorative parts yet, right? So we're definitely going over cost on this one. We're going over cost with this one, boys. But you know what? I think just to get the concept done, I'm happy to have it'd still be cheaper than the freebooter. So let's try and aim for like 210-ish maybe. Let's say 220. Give us an extra 60k. And then we'll go from there, I think, you know? But I think what we'll end up doing as well is we will... Yeah, because we don't even have the engine in yet. The engine's going to be in the actual engine part instead of being like armored somewhere else, just for rule of cool, so that will save us money, at least having to save on armor for the actual engine block. This is going to be in those pretty circular areas there. I might put down a spin block or one of those pivots like how Cruiser does it to have it rumble as well. That could be interesting. We'll see how that goes. But what else will we do? Yeah, that's probably that central area that's causing me grief right now, because I don't know how I want to do that. We just hit 10k volume now. So we're about half the volume of the freebooter right now. Let's you know what, actually, let's fill this with wood down here. Let's do 2 layers of wood on the bottom. Just help with flotation as well. There we go. Just a few holes back here. That's a-okay. There we go. And then we just do the same thing over here. Now these halls are built the same. At least they should be. If they're not, I fucked up something. Alright, there we go. At least 2 pins of wood on the bottom will be a little bit helpful. I think we'll put the ammo underneath the smokestacks, because that'll put it the furthest away from any of the important equipment, right? Like if we put the ammo underneath the back smokestack there, if it's not near any APS or yeah, and then the AI can go underneath the superstructure, I think. I think that works. Yeah. Alright, let me know when y'all are back from ads and we'll get into proper building again. I'm just going around judging stuff right now. All right, back to here. Okay, that superstructure actually does look really good. I'm happy with how it's turning out. That actually does look pretty clean. Welcome back, Lava. Alrighty, so if you're back from the ads, you just missed us and the subscribers yapping about how we are going to finish the build, and I also cleaned up some of the floor. Time flies fast. Why are you frowning? It's good that time flies fast while you're having fun. I'm just saying, despite the fact I'm having fun, time is going pretty slow today, which is interesting. Because normally, like, I feel like these FTD streams go so much faster. Let us continue. Let's actually, it helps if we have the UI on when we build. That would be incredibly helpful. Let's put you in here, actually. Put you facing upwards so you fit a little bit better. There we go. In a 1 meter offset, so just put you in there. 2 meter inset, okay. Well, you know what? Just put up the floor for now. We'll worry about how to get up here later. Actually, we already have walkability access up there, so I don't think we actually really need internal access up there if we have the outside, right? That will be silly. I enjoy that. Oh, heck. Big old stretch. Okay. I'm almost tempted to reduce this again. Now that I'm looking at this. No, I kind of like where it is, actually. Oh, it's 2 in front. Yeah, let's reduce it again, actually. So we reduce these to 2. And there we go. That does feel a lot less sharp, honestly. Yeah, I think that kind of looks better, honestly. That looks a lot more proportional. Alright. Oh, there goes reduction complete, I guess. I was gonna... Yeah, because I do want a little bit of lip overhang there, just so it doesn't look flush and, like, too vertical. You want to have the vertical breakage. Alrighty. Now, in here, I think... we will... let's actually break this up. Let me do something like this. Get that in there. Just little balconies, right? And we'll keep it on the other side as well. Just breaks up that central shape that I was complaining about, you know? Yeah, that actually works really well. That breaks up that shape quite a bit. And in here, we can just... put this down first. There we go. Now we just put this down here. Yeah, that breaks up that shape a lot, and it adds those little winds, or like crow's nest style fins to the build here. I feel like I wanted a mast on this side, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to get one with the missile turret there. This wouldn't make much sense, would it? I'll have to think about that, won't I? Because ideally... well, you know what, actually, no, let's parse it out, actually, let's actually break you up, Mr. Circle Man. We want this across here, of course. A little strange having the gap there, but you know what, I kind of like having that there, so keep that. Let's just do it like this, I guess. Then over here, maybe we can actually connect this. What if... Nah, that doesn't work. Yeah, so we can put the circle back, that's fine. Then honestly, what if we just won't have stairs going into it, I guess? I feel like here should connect to here, you know what I mean? Just not sure how I would get. What would a pleat look like there? Imagine if we had wood texture. It would look pretty lame. We get up to over here. Have a good one, Emperor. It's good seeing you. So, Scarlet, I don't know if you're still around after the ads there, but do you plan on getting into FTD, or is this one of those things you enjoy watching but don't want to do yourself? Because I have games like that too, so I get it. But I am curious if FTD is one of those things that you are interested in getting into. I would love to help a new player. Pretty much all I do. Once at the occasional campaign credit, if I ever feel like building. He says as if he's not building like multiple projects on him. There. That all works with windows there. Okay, so about here is where we're going to want the stairs on the outside. Let's put that there. Let's get our door in here now, because we know where we want it. So we want that open outwards. There we go. Okie dokie. There we go. Alright, so this gives us a good area, a good idea of where we need to build out to. And then it's just going to be this weird segment here where we don't know how to deal with. How was this done over here? We'll have to put a little gap in the gap up here, that's fine. Even go one further and do something like this. Really want actually no, I think just that works fine. Yeah, just that works fine. We actually would need to lower those one down, which I'm actually okay with. I kind of like this idea. Oh no, I see how that works. Okay, so I need to raise the door by one. Let's see. Let's assume I do that. Okay, let's put the door here. Then need this out here. And that would get me into a layer here. Go. Arrow pattern going. That area there, we can just have little offsets with machine guns. That works. Okay, that actually kind of works. We just need to figure out how to close up the back now. How would we do that? Probably just straight down? Yeah, we get a little bit interested with the straight down part. You know what, actually, let's do one. Do one straight down here. And then we can actually remove this. And put this here. It's a fair bit of metal. I will not lie. It is a almost an unfair amount of metal, actually. Alright, let's do 2 to 4 meter. 2 to 4 meter down. There we go. And then does that look? Yeah, that will look better with what I do. There we go. And then up here we can just put on metal square corner path. Alrighty, that works for me. Yeah, that closes it up. That works. I need to redo all the internal armor, and it's the person who made it is an absolute glue eater. Sorry. Can I get some context for this, Lavado? Did you do your own internal armor? I'm curious. I'm just curious if you did your own internal armor or not. Because if you're calling yourself a glue eater, that is hilarious, and honestly, I respect the hell out of that. Alright. Put that here. And then does it. Alright, that works. It's a very weird build, don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of having fun with it. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Specifically the part that I'm having fun. don't care about anyone else. I'm having fun with this build. This build will probably like work for all of 2 seconds and then be absolute dog shit, and I'm gonna cry about it, but you know what? That's okay, that's how the game goes sometimes. No, actually, to be fair, with those guns, I feel like this is actually gonna be a pretty decent build. Alright, I'm not gonna worry too much about the internals. I just like to have that little, yeah, look at that. You know what, I'm kind of vibing with that, having the free staircase going up there. That works. And then we'll build the railings to go over here as well, and connect up to here. I have a feeling once again we're gonna need some more deco work. Right in there. Okay, that works. That works really well, I feel. I'm very happy with that, honestly, I have to admit. There we go. Okay, look at that, the superstructure's done. It feels very forward heavy, so we might put some supports at the front. But, yeah, that balcony still feels a little bit too far out. Maybe I just give it an underbite instead of an overbite. Or sorry, an overbite instead of an underbite. Yes, either way, you painted up the superstructure so fast. Not gonna lie, most of the superstructures in an hour and a half is pretty good, not gonna lie. I appreciate that, guys, because I feel like I normally build really slow. Since coming back from that vacation in Octoberville, I've been building like a madman. I don't know why. Like, it's not decoed, obviously. The deco work will take some time, but I feel like the majority of this works, you know what I mean? We just gotta finish up over here. I just realized over here isn't done. Okay, and then what we'll do here actually is we will do we need this in here to connect that, and then this right here actually. Do maybe not. Maybe, I think I agree with this, but I don't really want a balcony, a walkable balcony on this side, right? Actually, no. Yes, yeah, I can. Okay, you know what? We're gonna keep it decently symmetrical. So we keep with this, and then we can just do this part, and not have to worry about the rest, because we can just do this. All right, there we go. All right, now the superstructure is blocked out. I just kind of forgot about this side, but now that we didn't forget about it. Okay, that I'm happy with. You're clearly using performance enhancing woods. I think it's just, you know, coming back after... Because getting burnt out creatively and then coming back and actually being able to put my ideas onto a game has just been a huge motivator for me, right? I feel like once I'm done because the privateer I feel so inspired with. Once I'm done the privateer, I feel like it's gonna go back to business as usual. Like, you remember like back when we were doing the freebooter every day? That kind of thing? Alright, you're done, Zo. Alright, let's save here. Just before anything like bad happens. Now, how many blocks did we place today? That's an extra 1,000 or 800 blocks we've done so far within an hour of stream, or hour 25. But account for yappage. Honestly, maybe a truss block right here would. Why did you go on the turret? That's right. There we go. Thank you. Maybe something under here could make the. What's it called? The balcony feel a little bit less unstable. Let's try this maybe. Now I feel like we need the 2-meter bit there, so we'll just keep it the oblique corner, and then just have the offsets come out of that. Just do a square back corner as well if I wanted to do like fully. That does make it look more supported and less just overhanged, right? Doesn't it? I'll come back to decide on this one. Yeah. Let's put that in there for now, and then we can decide if we want to keep that as is. It looks so far jutting out. Yeah, let's not do that. At the very least, let's not do it that far out. Maybe let's do a 3-meter one so it feels a little bit supported, I guess. And then we can just do what? There we go. Yeah, and then keep that on a 2-meter leverage. Okay, that works. Looks a little bit more supported, but doesn't look completely flush. Hop off now. Have a good one, driver. Alright, that works. Alrighty. It still looks a little bit forward heavy, but I'm kind of okay with that. Now, the question I had was, do we want to do a mast still on this side, or just leave all the masts on the other side? I feel like I kind of want to do a mast on this side still. Maybe not that far out, but maybe something like that-ish? I don't know if that makes inside here feel a little bit too cramped. You know what I mean? That's my one concern right now. Is would that feel cramped? I don't necessarily think it would, but because it does add some much needed backwards height, because you can see how it feels very front heavy. It does offset the front of the build. Let's leave it there for now, I think. We'll leave it there for now, and then we'll figure it out later. Do a trig corner and deck on a 2-meter slope? No. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Yes. That took me a second. I thought you were talking about the mast, and I was like, what? Where would that help? No, I see what you mean. Alright. Yes, that does look better. Thank you. Yeah, and I think that looks better than the completely flush 4-meter one, too. That works now. Okay. Did you move the forward part of the superstructure 1 block forward? I would rather not, because that would start to block the turret's rotation. To give you more space. You can move the under part 1 forward, I guess, but the upper part I can't really move any more forward. Honestly, I think it kind of works being forward heavy like this. I think maybe we just accept that, and it kind of like, you know, it kind of works. The other idea we could have... Hey, Morgana, how's it going? Yeah. Oh, Morgana, you missed yesterday when we were playing as England in EU5. We may or may not have oppressed the Welsh. In my defense, it was the Black Death, and we needed someone to blame. The other idea is, what if we have the mast on this side actually collapse and used as a bridge over to this side? Or what we do is we do a slightly larger mast in the middle, coming off the engine front, and we use that as kind of like a, Forest Moon of Endor walkway with bridges and everything going around. Yes, that's what we're doing. Okay. Let's put up the center here. All right, that works really well. All right, I have an idea. We'll probably find a better way to connect this up here, but let's build what we want in front first. So I want a half circle shape. So let's build it. Let's say at the base of the engine here, right? I'm not sure how we're gonna have the top deck come over top there. I was thinking of maybe making it taller, but I think what we'll do is we'll do one entire bottom layer and then just build it up. I meant for the mast. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I'm just saying we can't really move the foremost part forward because then it looks like an overbite for the balcony, which we want as an underbite. Otherwise, it just looks stacked weird. Which, to be fair, it is stacked weird, but we don't want it to look stacked weird. You know what I mean? Alrighty. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Hell yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we're gonna do like a little central bit in front of the engine here, which I'm sure will not cause any issues, and then we'll have a bunch of like rope bridges coming from the left side going over to the right side, so that they can traverse between the areas quite easily. And then I still don't know what we'll put in between, like on the decks, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Let's assume we want the floor to be here. So from here, I think that should give us enough space, yeah? Not quite enough. I kind of wanted like a proper circle. I need to move it out by one. All right. Sure, that won't cause any issues whatsoever. Alright, this is definitely going to make us go over cost, but you know what? It's going to look cool. We could also just do a smaller half circle, I guess. But no, because actually having half the engine encased within this idea, I'm okay with. There we go. That's really all we need for the bottom bit. Let's actually change that so it matches up with the rest of our idea. Because we've been doing all the superstructure with metal flared bases instead of non-flared bases, so. Takes up a little bit bigger of a footprint, that's fine. Okay, there we go. What we'll do up here. Put in some windows here, I think. Let's move them one up, I think. But they're not touching them. You don't really want windows touching the metal. Alright. Go. How would I do this? How would I do a curved window here? Not really something we do, eh? Yeah. You do it kind of like this. But it still has to be able to build up on itself, no? Let's instead, let's actually build up a little bit first. Hey, Dr. Julie. Hey, Cassie. How's it going? Burpees? Oh my god. Alright. Plugging in my headset. I'll do some burpees. 1, You guys really like using that exercise. I feel like we've had like quite a bit today. All right. So if we build up the tower instead of immediately windowing it, I think it could be better for us. Probably a block we could do. Let's just put that in there for now. So I need the tower to come up to at least here, right? So I don't know how we'll get it there though. I do kind of want it to be like a central walkway. And then we'll put pillars coming down to the bottom down here. Okay. It's all starting to make sense to me, chat. So let's continue with this, I guess. We'll want to build this up to at least here. So get rid of you, actually. And then we want it to build up to here because we want that. There we go. Okay. Everything's starting to make sense now. So we keep that as our central location there. That will make over here look weird, but that's okay. We could thicken the metal, or we could just cope seed and or mold. There we go. I personally think thinking the metal here isn't the worst idea. Because we always have two metal segments anyway, so that won't actually feel like... As long as we're not going over 3 layers of metal in a row, right? That's what I'm thinking about. So I think that actually works here. And then the issue would be that... Okay, so this side is just straight up taller than this side. Which I'm fine with, but... I wonder if maybe I should raise this up at 1 level. Superstructure. It does kind of look just a little bit flat right now on the... Like, we're integrated at the back, right? We're not really doing much at the front. If we raise it up another level, we can kind of integrate it a bit better. Have it slope up more instead of just flat on. What do we think? Do we think we raise it 1 up? Not great. Had a fight within the Space Station 14 server host over plural kit. Kind of got fired from an admin job due to it, but fixing things. Oh god. Yep. Oh, Cassie, I'm so sorry to hear about. But hey, hopefully things work out and you get fixed. It gets fixed, right? Because yeah, getting fired from an admin job, well, that sucks. All right. I'm gonna raise it up by 1. We're gonna deep orbital cannon. Nice. I'm curious to see how you style it with Deep Water Guard, because a superstructure on an orbital cannon will be interesting to see for Deep Water Guard. So, what style are you doing it for? Riker, I presume? I feel like Riker gives off orbital cannon vibes. Kind of need those as actually no, I have the guidelines down there. Okay, that's fine. There we go. This will serve as our guidelines. Prefab mode. 1 up. Whoops, nope. Do not want mirror mode on for that, please. Alright, that's aligned. There we go. Yeah, and then we can build the deck up into... Yeah, I feel like that looks a lot better with just being raised 1 up. Then we can really model the deck around it too and build it to it. Hey, Richmond, how's it going? Just got back home from work. Nice. Got an apology from over it too. We're not taking our job back right now because I'm in agreement with the GS that we only return to staff as a group. That's very fair. That's very fair. Until the situation with PK is considered resolved, one of them won't be returned. Oh shit. Okay. Early mini cannons. Basically, imagine you built the space station out of Deep Water Guard cram boats. Interesting. It'll be. Like I said, I'm curious to see it. Because I really don't know how I would do a Deep Water... I have one idea for a Deep Water Guard spacecraft, and that's about all I know in terms of like how would I do a deep water guard spacecraft, and it's specifically from Space Captain Harlan. It's just a really good show. All right. Do this. Do we need that? Maybe building more wood out. No, let's. Alright, well I know I'm going to be building up this area, so let's do this. Yeah, because if the right side's going to match the height of the middle, then I want the left side to match the height of the middle as well. And it'll just help with how I'm building this out. Shit, leg. And I guess we could build the middle up one bit taller too. Wouldn't hurt anyone. Okay, yeah. Alright. Let's build this up by one. Yes, and then we'll cut out that central bit. We can do like a little doorway there with some type of like mannequin doing something silly, I think. I think that will help quite a bit with our style. When is the roast section starting? I'm about to do some more work on the heshapon, and I'm wondering if I should do it before or after some. Honestly, just work on it, and then when I feel, usually roasts end, or usually roasts start whenever I feel out of creative juices. So I don't know how long that will take today, though. That's the big part. So that does raise the issue over here, because obviously this here needs to be. Let's get the deck in for the right side. We have it in for the left side now, and then that will depend on how we do the middle, I think. So I kind of want the middle to be one layer higher than both sides' tallest points, because that way it kind of acts like a bridge, right? Kind of like those Polynesian canoes that have the rope net bridges. If any of you are familiar with those. Let's put you in here. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. That works for that there. Let's actually grab this now. Go. Make sure that this is placed over here, okay? Where is that? Alright. So that's all of our turrets with their mantlets now, and barbettes. I really like the way we did those barbettes. They look nice, I gotta admit. So one thing I need to do more, like, Deep Water Guard needs more barbettes. I feel like this one's an okay barbette, but it's just not as clean, I feel, you know? It's so point that a bug report has been submitted, and due to the nature, it's been lots of use email address. Whoa. Oh, okay. I see what happened. I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, we'll, pretty much just roasts happens whenever I run out of creative juices, and the privateer, like I was explaining earlier, was, oh, I deleted half my smokestack, didn't I? Shit. The privateer has been making me feel quite creative lately, which is nice, so. Actually, talking about feeling creative, let's get you back here. Just to have you back here. Go. And then I think we'll put the Evermast for the craft back here, where we already have a little connector for it. And then that way, maybe not the same height, but I want to pretty much have those, the riggins for those, come back to over here. So imagine like the diagonal downwards rig in there, and that'd be quite nice. And then that way we get some diagonal across. Because pretty much we want a lot of small details to be going to like across the central hull to make the ship feel connected and not just like two different ships on two different hulls that just happen to have blocks in between them, you know what I mean? So we do want to make that feel connected. Ow. God, I keep hitting my leg whenever I move. It sucks. Alrighty. Oh, I was wondering why he looks bald. It's because we lost our little missile bay. Yo. Ow, there we go. Okay. I hate having my nose clogged. What we'll do too here is we'll put a little connector there. And then, yeah, that works, I think. Connected into the smokestacks, and it's connected into the bridge. Get our little loggerhead missiles, because I love using those little guys. Let's get our, it's called Plunderer Rangefinder. Yep, there we go. You back on here. Yep, you look about right. Alright. Now we just got connected at the bottom. Now, the other thing with this too, but I feel like it'd be really fun, is what if we just move this rib over here? It would completely break up our pattern, but... No, I feel like the whole pattern is something I want consistent between all my builds, so we won't break up the pattern. Sadly, I cannot bring myself to do that. Let us build this up. That works. You want the sides built up. Also, how did I not realize that this was flush already? This should not be flush. There we go. Yeah, both of these sides are flush. Interesting. Chad, I can't believe you didn't catch me on this SMH. SMH. I know how we do this. Okay. What we do... no, I don't like that. There we go. That's how we stop us from having to redo all this segment back here, too. You know what I mean? Let's get rid of this. Let's redo this part, I feel. And then take you. There we go. Alright, we keep our turret well. Don't have to really change anything there. And we still get the raised up platform at the top. I'm very happy with this. That does in fact spark joy. It's also flush with the other side of the hull. Yeah, well, to be fair, the other side isn't... Yeah, the other side's going to be flush. Actually, I guess I didn't play in your mode here. Because all of this is going to be gone anyway. Because the central hull is going to be taller, right? So let's take this out for now. Alright. Then it's just in here that I have to worry about. Honestly, we can have this turret well, I think, be at least the same height as this side. You can do a little bit of symmetry there. Oh, my nose. Jesus Christ. Next shot could probably be turning the Moray into a submarine. Oh, nice. I love when people convert to Butter Guard craft. It's one of my favorite little things that not enough people do, I find. Because, like, I have my Moray that's being converted into the Electric Eel, right? Which is a Tesla coil craft. Which I've been having a lot of fun with. Let's get inside here built up as well. Just as we're thinking about it. go. That's gonna be fine to stay like that. Go. Back there, that's fine. Alrighty. In there. And then just sure. How about you guys there? The other idea is maybe we have the center be one lower than the other sides. That could also be an idea. Have it like dip in, right? That might be the easier idea as well, so we don't have to worry about yeah, and then that way the tower's not as tall. Yeah, having it dip in makes sense. Actually, I think having it dip in might be the idea. Yeah. That's not what I mean? What do you mean? Why would you want to make the moray into a submarine? I don't know, it sounds interesting. Airships into submarines, like the loggerhead, for example. I love that. But also, the moray hull is just so ubiquitous, right? Like, you have the Kalmar built off it, you have the moray, obviously you have the Barracuda. Like, people don't realize it, but the moray is just the marauder of the skies in terms of the amount of builds you can make off of it. Alright. So if we want this to be a little walkway going around, then probably need to change up the sides a little bit. Also, we have turned subs into small airships before, so that's true. Could jut out this part, make for an interesting asymmetrical hull. Also, I'm gonna cut off this portion back here. We'll worry about what to fix this with later. I'm kind of just doing a little bit of everything right now. Not really focusing on one part. Let's take this off. Okay. We'll find a way to make the sterns unique without blocking the gun's range there, I think. Right here, we could also get really interesting with how we do this. Let's try it. Oh, do you think I can do the... Where is it? No, it doesn't quite... Wait, maybe it does. Maybe. Just maybe I have a really good idea here. Not quite like that, though. Even just this actually could work. It would require moving this around, though. Just a little cutout here, you know? Just for a little guy. I know what we're doing here. Sorry about that. Hey, sir, how's it going? The PSH station was leaning towards Moray too. Oh, neat. Maybe we should make a giant airship based on the Project 941. What is 941? I want to do a deepwater guard plane based on that Soviet, like, battleship gun plane. But, oh, is that the Typhoon class? Or because it says Project 941 is Typhoon? Okay. Yeah, had you said typhoon, I would have known what you meant. Yeah, but the Moray isn't as good of a punching bag as the Marauder. That's true. But I'm just saying, in terms of like conversions built from it, it has about the same amount. All right. Building this out. I would need that from this side, wouldn't I? Yeah, it doesn't quite work how I want it to. Let's just do it like that then. Then yeah, we get built in here, right? It builds up there. There we go. And that continues the pattern as well. We just fill in you guys. Okay, there we go. So that gets us a little walkway around the outside that we want. Can we not just do this? Does that look worse or better? I feel like it kind of looked better the other way, honestly. Let's put you there, and then if I put you there like that. Hey, that works. Didn't I want it the other way? No, actually, no, that just smooths it out, I think. Yeah, that just works. Alright, and then from here, we would want it to be able to go 2 over. Something like this. And we don't have another little rib to put in here, sadly. So that wouldn't actually hurt us, but... Put that in there just to smooth that part out. Keep it consistent. Theoretically, if we did this, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But that would prevent us from smoothing out up here, wouldn't it? Or does that work? Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Ah, I see what happened. There we go. So we need you here. There we go. And then make that... Okay, there we go. There. Now we're cooking. Put you here. Let me put you here, like this. And then we have this as a little like cutout sheltered area where we can have another window. It's just sometimes some cutouts in the halls always look really nice. Oh, you know what? We have this like little casemated bunker that could be cute. We don't have any casemates though, and I don't really want to make the room for casemates right now. We'll have it as just a little observation area. We could even put portholes there if we wanted to. You can see how that looks actually. Just because these would be closer to the water line, so you want portholes probably. I actually prefer the windows, never mind. All right. There we go, that works. Now just over here, we need to worry about how to fix up this. And honestly, I do not want to redo that part of the hull. So what we're gonna do is not do that. I really do not want to redo that part of the hull down there. Let's just put you in here. I know we're using a lot of deco today, but you know what? I'm kind of having fun with it. Yeah, I wish I had thought about this before redoing all the hull and whatnot. To avoid crinkling any metal, I know, right? Oh, the typhoon? Alright, top down. How would we do this? Take this, obviously. Do that. Could do it like this, I guess. Do we just put another ribbon here and just call it a day? And then just, oh no, because it'll look weird on the bottom. No, let's figure something out for it then. Maybe even just something like this works. Not quite, because the top makes things weird, eh? Let's remove you. What if we just put you over top like this also? Put you here. I don't really need to do that much, actually. That. Have our little... maybe movie one in, maybe? Like here? No, I think it has to be here. Yeah, because we don't really have much room ahead. Actually, one second. Let's put you back. Let's save the stairs, go here. Let's define where our stairs are. All of this just for one little, so we don't have the superstructure flush with the hull. My god. Is there a way to make mimics follow simple weapon gun rotation? That's a good question. What are you trying to do? I might have a better way of doing it instead of trying to do it that way. So tell me what you're trying to do first, and then we can figure it out. Ah, that works too. All right. All right, let's take you here. There we go. Build you up out this way. And then we can just do our usual hull inside here. Doesn't have to be perfectly flush. So if it's not, I'm gonna be not as happy, will I? Let's get this here first. Kind of just building until something fits here, which I guess is kind of what Deep Water Guard does, but... yeah, so up here we can definitely fix that. Oh, I know how we fix that. There we go. All right, we got it flush and it works. I'm happy with that. Crazy, I know. See, sometimes the pieces all just come together and it's nice. There we go. Yeah, so you have like a little room in here. All right, and that adds some nice asymmetry to the hull as well. Because we did have a little bit of a very symmetrical hull earlier. So that just adds a nice little room. Hey, Cruiser, congrats on your 5-stream streak. Wow, that is crazy. I'm trying to put deco ammo onto the type. Oh, yeah, no, you can't do that. Honestly, I recommend just building your own simple weapon out of an APS. I wouldn't really recommend trying to use the in-game simple weapons because they just don't work with a lot of the other in-game features. So if you just put it onto your own APS that you make small, it's a lot easier. All right. All right, put that in there. Now we just need to worry about up front here. I think we can do the same thing we did at the back, where we just kind of only attach it at a certain area. Let's split into wood here as well, so it's not too noticeable. Too much metal. There we go. Okay, that works at the back. Once we color that in, that will look a lot better too. A lot of what's lacking from this build right now is just the depth that you get from the paint, but that's okay. We can wait. Okay. Also, I'm surprised that out of any build I've done, this is the first one that I do completely on stream so far. Like, just in terms of, I guess I got some of it spaced out off stream, but I mean, in terms of just like all the functionality and the actual components, I haven't really left anything for Corey to do yet. There's always time. Don't worry, chat. The simple weapons are just for secondary DPS to deal with the little planes on the main guns to do damage to the big targets. Yeah, but I'm just saying, I would still just make them diff AP. You can get really small APS, but still works better than a simple weapon. Just do diff for like belt feds, right? And I feel like it would look a lot better aesthetically for you, and it would just work a lot better as well. All right, so if I wanted to do the same thing up here, that's what I was worried about, Yeah, that is what I was worried about. Oh, we'll deck it over. It's fine. There we go. That's all we need. All right. So that is that. The left-hand side of the superstructure is handled with its little balcony area and its little offshoot. So that works pretty well. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of building a symmetrical hull and then just tearing into it and ripping parts out here and there to make it asymmetrical. I like that. That's cool. It's a neat little idea. All right, and now on this side, do I want to make the top taller or lower, Ben? That's the real question right now. I think lower, Ben. So let's drop all this. Just clear this out away from now. Alright. So let's actually take this off as well, since this is going to be our floor level for the center here. That is one below the sides, yep. Put you here. There we go. Yeah, I think lower is the right call here, honestly. I think it is. Let's try and get this in here. We actually want this to be this side. No, we do want it this way. No, not this way. Hello? I'm trying to do something here. I'm not sure why it's not working. My brain's not functioning right now with where I want to place this. It does need to be this one. Because the top side, or one of these sides should only be, maybe it was this one. I think it was, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. No, because that's the 4 meter. There we go. Knew something was going wrong there. There we go. And then what we'll do actually here. No, we'll just do that. We don't need to stretch anything out or anything silly. What if we did? You know, that doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad, Jeff. Hey, White Hood, how's it going? Good to see you. Got the nominees for the Game Awards. Guess how many times Claire Obscure appears? Quite a bit. Wait, I thought nominated 12 times. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Claire Obscure was in one of the nominees for Game of the Year. Honestly, okay, I'm gonna have a hot take here. Claire Obscure is the only one that should win Game of the Year. Every other game that I saw nominated was a sequel. Because I think I saw Hades 2 nominated, I saw Silk Song nominated, I saw Death Stranded or something like that. It did not get any Grammy Award. Let me see. Game of the Year nominees. Alright, let's see who's nominated where. Yeah, okay, so Game of the Year nominees right now are Claire Obscure, Death Stranded 2, which is a sequel, Donkey Kong Bonanza, it's a Nintendo game. I'm not giving Game of the Year to Donkey Kong, I'm sorry. Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I think Clair Obscur is the only one that really deserves Game of the Year. Donkey Kong Bonanza was cool, don't get me wrong. It's cool, but it's just a solid Nintendo game. It's not like anything groundbreaking. Bonanza didn't really do anything groundbreaking, right? Best game direction. Okay, that's fair. Best adaptation. Interesting, okay. Let's get some chill P3 music now, because I feel like I'm going to be building a little bit longer. Okay, yeah, so I see how Clair Obscur got a full sweep across the board. It is nominated Battlefield 6 got nominated for Best Audio Design? Yikes. It's a rough year. Alright. But yeah, no. Personally, I feel like it's nominated for a fuck ton of stuff. Yeah. Wait, I thought Claire wasn't up for nominated. No, it is. I'm voting for Clair Obscur. Yeah, same. And it's only because Clair Obscur is the only non-sequel there that I think would actually... Like, I think Silksong's great. I think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is incredible. I genuinely enjoy all those games. But they're sequels. I think Game of the Year should go to something that's not a sequel. Because if you have to rely on a past title to get into Game of the Year, I just don't think that's right. And that's someone who's like, I loved Hollow Knight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing this just to be mean to, what's it called? To Silksong. It's just, I don't think it should make it. Okay, so I don't think that actually works, does it? We could just do something like this. God, I love Persona 3. It's so good. Hell Night is one of my favorite songs. You listen to it like for the entire game. And then when it's not playing is when you get worried. If you guys haven't played Persona 3 Reload yet, I highly recommend it. I gotta sneeze 1 second. Ah, there we go. Alright. There we go. Maybe something like that works. No, I don't like that either. Alright. Honestly, what if we just... I know what we do here. There we go. We get it back into that 2 meters of metal like bit. You know what I mean? How we did it on the sides of the ribs. I think that's what we do here in order to crimp it off. And now we come up here. Can we get this to work how I want it to? The answer might shock you. I think that will work, maybe? And then we just, we don't expand it too far out past this. And that also gets it around this little flush bit with the hole here. U5 didn't get nominated for Best Sim Strategy, but Civ 7 did? That's crazy. Then again, Paradox is and always will be niche. There's just not many people who, like, Hoi 4 got big because it's a popular time period, but everything else is pretty niche. The fact that Civ 7 got nominated for Strategy of the Year, like, I'm sorry. I am not a fan of Civ. Like, I love Civ. Okay, so I'm always a generation behind on Civ. I grew up with Civ 3 when Civ 4 was coming out. I then moved to Civ 4 when Civ 5 came out. And then when Civ 6 came out, my friend group finally moved to Civ 5. And we played that just until Civ 7 was announced, and then we switched to Civ 6. Most of the first categories are almost the same 5 games again and again. Same reason why Warframe would ever get nominated. It shouldn't be nominated. Civ 7 is bad. Yeah. I waited so long for Silksong for so long, I still want Claire to win. Yeah, exactly. Again, Silksong, if there was a best sequel of the year, Silksong sweep. Like, absolutely. Silksong is an absolute sweep if there was ever best sequel of the year. But, I don't think sequels deserve best game best game of the year awards. It's the same reason why last year when Helldivers came out, I said the same thing. I don't think Helldivers deserves a Game of the Year award. Yeah, I like having the sunk down because look at that. That's good. All right, that works. All right, so it works on the bottom side, works on the top side, and then without let us place quite a bit of stuff inside here. We could even put another turret in here if we really wanted to. Have this as a little proto turret written back here. And actually, we might want to just... No, we don't need another turret. That's going to balloon our cost. Let's not do another turret, Rory. We can do this without adding another turret. Alright. But I will add that little bit. And then we can put something in there. Like maybe I can maybe just a little bit of missiles as a treat, chat. We'll see. Civ is bad for a Civ game. It's bad. Yeah, Civ 7. I think with some updates they'll fix it. They call it bad, but it is not great. To be fair, as a person with 3,000 hours in Warframe, I still don't understand what the hell is going on. Am I very biased? All Civ have been bad after Alpha Centauri. That's fair. I don't disagree with you. My issue with Civ 7 is that it's trying not to be a Civ game. It's trying to be humankind. The whole point of Civ is that you take one civilization from the Stone Age to the future. Humankind's big shtick and why humankind worked was because it takes the Civ format but has you change throughout history. And then they fell off due to bugs and not fixing multiplayer. But Civ 7 copying them was not the play. See, it's interesting to me though, because are you talking about the original Alpha Centauri, or are you talking about the Civ 5 remake? Was it Civ 5 or Civ 6 remake of Alpha Centauri? Gosh, did my message get sent? The whole point of Civ is that they make huge ass changes every release. It's the sole reason they're still around at all. I guess, yeah, that's true. Hey, Dreek, how's it going? Hello, Arston. Oh my god. We've had so many variants of hello today. Okay. Yeah, look, Dreek, we've started to connect the catamaran together. And I may or may not have left in a little area for a little cram gun to be in. We'll see. We'll see how much budget we have left at the end if we put something there. Actually, you know what? Leave in areas where we can upgrade it for future factions isn't a bad idea. Like, sure, for against Deepwater Guard, it's just an open space. But maybe when we go against Onyx Watch, I'll need like a little cram buster there. You know what I mean? Like a cram to bust through the heavy armor of the Onyx Watch. Who knows? We'll see. Cats have been fused. True. You can also just put torpedoes in there, I guess, have them fire directly out. But what about a torpedo pod? I was just thinking that, honestly. Torpedoes. Like something like that, eh? That works, but... Something feels off about him. Yeah, let's leave that out for now. If we need like the stain power or the shock power against a larger craft, we'll add those. But I think even then, maybe they would work better in like the bow over here. Ah, they blocked the turret. Never mind. Why would it be on a pod if it's only shooting one direction? Well, there is that question too, yes. But the answer is I'm lazy and I don't want to redesign my torpedo assets. That's the main answer. Alright. Yeah, that seems to work pretty well. Alright, so as we get over here, then, what we'll do is we'll actually change these guys. We're gonna have to increase the back now to match the front. How many levels do we do up front? We only did 2 levels past, but the back will have 3 levels because it's gonna be matching the back. And let's do, I don't want the back to dip down. It has the engine already, so we needed to make it look like it can support the engine. And plus this way it looks like it's actually out of the way of the engine too, so it's not like complete, it looks mounted instead of just integrated into the hull, right? So that'll actually be pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, we haven't really worked much on the centerpiece of the craft yet, but I kind of want to get all the auxiliary in, and then we'll work on the centerpiece of the craft, you know? Stretch. Nothing, or maybe still are since I'm way retrying. Sorry, double message. Oh, you're fine. I didn't see the first message get sent, so. But yeah, I don't think there is. Honestly, I don't think any strategy game, like, because whatever strategy games are released this year. You know what I mean? Actually, yeah. What's strategy? Let me look up the strategy game of the year nominations. Strategy game of the year. Balatro got it last year. No, that's strategy simulation game. Balatro got it. Interesting. That's what they got. And you know what? Honestly, I would not call Balatro a strategy game personally, but that's just me. Strategy. Also, I didn't honestly. I don't even know if you can really call Death Stranding 2. I didn't even know Death Stranding 2 came out. All right, we have Jurassic World Evolution 3, 2 Point Museum, Tempest Horizon, Civ 7, The Alters, and Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm so upset that they combine simulation and strategy games together, because I feel like sure, give it the 2 Point Museum, I guess. That's the only ever one I actually know there. Jurassic World Evolution 3, a sequel. And it's not different enough to warrant, like, Civ 7, I'll give credit. It's at least different enough from Civ 6, but you could give it a separate spin, right? Because it's different. Jurassic World Evolution 3 is literally just 1 and 2, but you pay extra. It's all it is. They shouldn't be together. No, I agree. Like, the fact that they combine them all the time is very annoying, actually. Like, I'm not particularly surprised that Paradox didn't get any nominations, because people always bitch about Paradox whenever there's a new release, because it's not exactly the hype that they envisioned for it, and it's like, guys, come on. Be a little bit better about this. Alright, put you here. Not quite, no. How are we going to combine it onto the back point of the hull here is my question. Yeah, because you see the issue here. Up here. Hmm. Yeah, that causes some issues, doesn't it? Alright, we're gonna have to do this one at a time. Obviously, over here. Alright. I think in here, we have to actually transfer this to a 2 meter. We're gonna need like something like this, right? Do that. And then because we want it to be a circle, because it is a turret well, right? So let's do this to get that 2 meter. The fins I do to make fins look decently okay. All of this deco working for what? Maybe this is about the right area. Nope. That was in fact not the right area. There we go. Go. Alright, so we have the rest of the turret well there now. Okay, that's actually kind of a cool turret well. I don't feel like we do turret wells like this very often, where we have it like covered on three sides. So I actually kind of like that. That's fun. That's quirky and perhaps even different. Do something like that there. Cover this here. Just before that annoys me out of existence. Alright, so that side works. Actually, while we're here, let's actually just do that. And then here... we can do something like this, no? Yeah. Yeah, see? Could do it like that. Kind of like that, actually. Or we could even do one better and hit him with the... yeah, that works. That feels like it works. Alright. Very weird combination here. But you know what? I'm vibing. That is what we call a vibe. A cook, if you would. Yeah, because if we put that on the other side as well, then it'll show that we are, like, you know, it builds up into the wall. And so it really is just meant to face outwards. The RS 4.0 release was absolute chaos. Oh, thank you for the hydrant. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Create a tactical RPG with Civ is unfair, yeah. I agree with the Paradox Aiden, except for City Skylines 2. Well, City Skylines 2 is interesting, because it seems to me like Paradox wasn't at fault. I'm not entirely sure about this. But from what I've seen, I know Colossal Order actually just got taken off of City Skylines 2. Which is very interesting to me. What happened here? What? Oh, because we did free corners here. Right. I know Colossal Order just got taken off City Skylines 2, so I'm not sure where that's going to go. They already published Cities 2. Yeah, exactly, right? So, Colossal Order was the one that messed up on Cities 2. Was it because maybe Paradox was like, you know, like, hey, like, you gotta get this out faster? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know the exact details of what happened. But, yeah, City Skylines 2 is an interesting case, in my opinion. Alright, so we put this here as well. My thing with City Skylines 2, though, is that I'm actually, I agree that, like, that was definitely, like, that doesn't deserve Game of the Year, obviously. But it still runs into the issue of, what the hell did I do? Actually, you know what? Fuck it, that works. I don't care. Fuck it, it works. Then we still have the little room in here for a little bit of a smidge of area. You can put that there, Bo. Find you here. Let's us still have the stairs on this side match up over here. Ta-da! And we still have our little area in here for whatever silliness that the Water Guard gets up to. Yeah, because like I have friends who really enjoy CS2, and City Skylines 2, and I have friends who, you know, don't enjoy it. Both are equally valid in my mind. But yeah, I heard when it happened. Plus Order was rushed by Paradox execs, and that's where it went wrong. The thing about City Skylines 2 is that the simulation was so accurate that people kept having collapse in housing markets, and the only way the devs could fix it was by removing poor profit landlords from the simulation. That's hilarious. But, I don't know, I feel like people are too quick to blame Paradox for that one, because, yeah, sure, we can argue, sure, Colossal Order was rushed, you know? Let's say, yeah, they were rushed and all that. They still never updated it. When Paradox games get rushed, like, for example, EU, I wouldn't even say EU5 was rushed, but, you know, like, when Paradox games get rushed, it's almost always fixed within a reasonable time frame. Like, that's the one thing why I never get mad at Paradox for you know, having issues with their games is because I know it's going to be fixed. Like EU5, for example, there's a lot of game-breaking bugs, but they already fixed a good portion of them. And I'm still really enjoying the game. This is a solid foundation. It doesn't need DLC to be fun. I assume the DLC is going to make it a hell of a lot more fun, but it doesn't need it to be fun. All right, and then over here, I think we just take this and curve it around, no? Let's put you here. Not quite like that. Let's. How do we want to do this? That's true. CEO just said there and didn't really do anything for over a year. Just sat there and didn't really do anything for over a year and said focus on trying to get DLC outs in. Well, honestly, I'm not gonna say it had to be DLC. But like, imagine if they did a free update like how EU5's doing it, right? So like EU5 had a lot of stuff cut from the initial launch because they couldn't get it working in time, and that's coming as a free update next year, alongside the DLC. So sure, they could have done a DLC, but they could have also just done a free update that would have gone alongside said DLC, but would have fixed stuff. Because paying for fixing game-breaking bugs, I disagree with. And that's why I was happy when for EU4, Art of War, Common Sense, and a bunch of other gameplay, like spins that were imperative for the gameplay of EU4 were released as free content. Does it suck that I already bought them years ago? Yeah, sure, but at least Paradox did eventually do it right then, right? So that's my issue there, is I don't think necessarily that Paradox is completely at fault for City Skylines. But sure, they could have contributed, sure, but I don't think they were completely at fault. That's what I'm trying to get to. All right, here we go. This is the angle we wanted. Actually, it's completely possible we take this out here. Go here. There we go. Oh, and then we have two little staircases here. That works great. All right, God, that's so asymmetric. I love it and I hate it. I went into this knowing it was going to be an asymmetric build, but my God. Look at that, we have almost full walkability too. Making your craft walkable is a really good way to get asymmetry. I mean, that's basically what always happens. Publishers and devs just have the exact same opposite goals. Devs want a good game that will keep making sales. Publishers want the game made as quickly as possible so they get money quicker from pre-orders and all the hype anyway. That's true. So yeah. And then kind of the payday free problem, ain't it? Basically no content at launch, game-breaking bugs, missing features, and they just kept going with DLC plan and didn't really do free updates to fix half of it for ages. The player base abandoned hope and never came back. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, that like I know Paradox will avoid doing that as a developer. As a publisher, I agree with you that yeah, they're probably just trying to get money, but that's also just how business works nowadays, sadly. Like that's why I know I haven't talked and worked alongside some game devs recently. Like a lot of times the publisher deal like for certain stuff. I'm not gonna say any because it's not what you guys think it is. It's something completely different. But just talking with people about the publishing industry in general, it has one of those things where, like, as a game dev, you kind of know what the publisher wants going in. It's not really any surprise for you, right? And so it's just one of those things you kind of got to deal with. All right, here. All right. There we go. There we go. But yeah, like you kind of know what you're getting into, I would argue, when you get into publishing and all that, and you just gotta manage around it, right? Because at the end of the day, publishing is just marketing. All right. All right, we keep that turret well as integrity while also building it up. That's nice. That side works. Alright, we've gotten a lot done today. I'm genuinely impressed with this. That's how it works nowadays. Let's tear it down. The shadow of Mao Zedong appears behind me like a JoJo stand. Okay, but then what do you replace it with, right? Biggest mistake with City Skylines 2 is that they didn't release with mod support, which was the thing that carried the first game, and I don't know if they've ever fully implemented it. Yeah. Not releasing with mod support is crazy to me. Because they didn't really change the engine much between 1 and 2, did they? Like, even EU5, like, you know, day 1, I was able to actually write a quick little mod to fix something that I wanted for my game, right? I very rarely ever had to deal with anything else. Alright, there we go. Alright. There we go. Alright. Alright, come on, get the fucking pattern in, please. Oh, I hate doing patterns like when it's weird shapes like this. That's 2 in there. There we go. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. But yeah, no, I feel like, yeah, I feel like, again, I don't blame devs as much as I'll always blame upper tier management. Like, I think Colossal Order did mess up in the dev side of things. That's why I will argue that specifically for City Skylines. But in general, like, I know a lot of Paradox decisions lately have been based on what the upper management wants from what you read around the forums, right? So I can't blame them too much there for that. We have a lot of asymmetry in this. This is starting to look really good. This is starting to look like an actual Deep Water Guard craft instead of just an idea. I'm happy with that. Gravitas, enjoy your work. Massive side note, Starbreeze is now kind of screwed because of the failure of Payday 3, because they refused to milk the cash cow that is Payday 2 any further. Even adding in a free update joking cosmetics about it being a dead game now, and Payday 3 ain't gonna get any more players than it has now. Yeah. Like, they had such a good format with Payday 2, and then they completely flubbed it for Payday 3. It's, you know, like, and stuff like that will make or break a game company, especially if it takes a long time to develop those games. Honestly, MIO, if you can, you should always offer modern support. It'll carry your game for years. Well, exactly. Mountain Blade Warband, I'm pretty sure still has more players than Banner Wars because of the modding community. And because the modding in Warband, or in Banner Wars, completely breaks every fucking year because of the way Banner Wars works with the Turkish government. If for those of you who don't know, the Turkish government will give grants for video games made in Turkey. And so Tailwords, being a Turkish company, as long as they're actively working on a game, they get those grants. And obviously, I'm all for, you know, using grants and whatnot to develop a sector. That's great. The issue, though, is that the Banner Lords development cycle has taken so long because they had to keep getting those grants. So they're working slower than what you'd expect, right? And that's why Banner Lords was so overdue on launch, even though like it had been announced in, 2014, and only released 2022 or something like that? I don't remember the exact dates. No, it was in 2020 because I was still with my ex when Banner Lords released. But this gives you more time to make more content for your own game, as players will make their own content in the meantime. Exactly, right? And you also get a core base of people who know how to work with the development process. EU4, for example, a lot of people who modded EU4 got hired on for EU5. It gives you a core base that knows how to work with your systems. It's genius to allow mod support and to really encourage modding. Because if you do lose workers, then you already have some people there who know what they're doing. They know how to work with the system. Bannerlord is a fun game, though, albeit it does feel a little incomplete sometimes. Well, that's my point, right? Yeah, like I enjoy Bannerlords. I'm excited for War Sales. But I'm saying fundamentally the issue with Bannerlord's development cycle is that A, mods always get broken, and B, they're taking so long to develop stuff because they need to justify a year-by-year basis to get those grants. And I'm pretty sure those grants are what pays the majority of the staff salary, don't get me wrong. I don't know the inner workings of Bannerlords, but that's what I've read into over the years, right? Because there's no other reason why Bannerlords should take as long as it does. It's not that high quality of a game. It's a good update to Warband, but it's not that high quality of a game to the point where it takes years for updates, right? Bannerlord mods have gotten better as time goes on. Yeah, but they. My point isn't necessarily the quality of the mods, it's the fact that every update breaks the mods. That's why a lot of modders have been dissuaded from modding Bannerlords. Mods always get broken. Hi, Bethesda, honestly. Also, Thunder, what do you think of my build so far? I've been kind of vibing with this. We're about to go into... Actually, we're not near the ads. I was going to say we're about to go into some ads, so let's yap for a bit, but... Bannerlords was so annoying installing mods because I had to do research for each individual mod to see if it still works with the present version. Yeah, like, so for example, I wanted to play the Game of Thrones mod, and it hasn't updated yet, so I borked my Bannerlords version and I had to reinstall. Alright. Yeah, no, now that we have it connected, it's feeling a lot more like one cohesive ship, and I'm very happy. It looks pretty good back here as well. Been quite stable with this version for a while now, but War Sales will break it when it comes out likely, but most will be updated soon enough. Yeah. Doesn't change the fact that I'm still upset, but like War Sale DLC breaking mods I'm fine with, but every little update that just does some bugs fixes should not change mods. Should not change mod compatibility. Like, for example, F2D. I can't tell you the last time I reinstalled the render distance mod because it hasn't had to be reinstalled yet. You know what I mean? Like, I think actually it was just when would I have had to reinstall it last, actually, now that I think about it. Let's... No. Here, let's put the UI back. That's would help. Honestly, let's just do this. What song is this? I don't remember this song. Oh, this is Full Moon, Full Life. Okay, that's why. Yeah, I was gonna say, this doesn't play until, like, near the end of the game. Alright. And then once we get, like, the cavity in for the engine, and just get the big aerofan in, I'm gonna... Oh, this is gonna look so good, chat. I'm very excited for this. It's been a long time since I've been excited to finish a build. It's one of the big selling points of Minecraft for modding too. You don't have to update at the mod zone. Exactly, right? Anyways, Blade and Sorcery is one of those games that breaks mod every update. Fortunately, those updates are not too frequent. Rack the update probably broke some of my mods, to be fair. I just have to play since. Yeah. Well, Blade and Sorcery is also a VR game, so I give it a little bit of credit because that industry is pretty new still. If Blade and Sorcery, like, Bannerlords has supposedly been in development since 2014 when they announced the trailer, right? They have no excuse to be breaking mods every update. Blade and Sorcery, VR game, that technology is new. I'll give them what's it called? Benefit of the doubt. Alright. What are we looking at in terms of firepower now? 161 isn't too bad. Yeah, we haven't got the armor in yet, but I'm looking at... I don't know, I feel like we can get this under 200 still. 190, I think, would be really good. I'd be very happy if we got this in at under 190. God, those loggerhead missiles look great on the back there. I'm actually really happy I did that. The little pilferer bow, or stern fin superstructure. Alright. To be fair, a VR game with mod support is pretty cool. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. The fact that Blade and Sorcery has a mod support is crazy in the first place. I love the Jedi mod, or the Star Wars, like, lightsabers and clone trooper guns for it. It's so much fun. Sorry, this is just bugging me. There we go, that works better. Yeah, because look, now it forms that little hallway. Yeah, that's good. So, to be fair, I guess if I do it like this, that forms... Yeah, that forms a little bit better of a corner, All right. The right side does feel heavier, even though the left side technically has more armaments. We'll see how we work with that later. Medieval Mega Pack, my beloved. I know, right? Now, Blade and Sorcery. I think Blade and Sorcery is the only VR game I'd be interested in. Hence why I don't have a VR set, because I'm not going to buy an entire setup for one game. Give me space is like a necessary mod to make the AI actually know what spacing is in a sword fight. Yeah. No, that's fair. All right, let's get the deck in. I have said that 5 times so far this stream, believe it or not. And every time I say this, it's even funnier because I'm still not getting it in because I have to get over here in first. All right. God damn it. Put you in, sure. Go. Alright, that all works correctly. Hey, he's not blocked. Nice. None of them are blocked. Huge. Okay. That's all we need. You'll love to see it. And now, does that superstructure block us? It doesn't. Let's go. Oh, we have somehow managed to get the northwest sider angled almost perfectly, where none of its weapons are blocked firing left forward. That's hilarious. Okay, that works for me. Oh, what a... It shouldn't work, chat. I need to tell you guys, this build should not work, but it's going to, and that's really funny to me. Because this feels like something Deepwater Guard could theoretically do. Oh, this is great. I love this little guy. This does mean I'm gonna have to build another smaller one though that act as a, like, just one gun forward, one gun back type deal. You know what I mean? Just because I don't think this guy's gonna be cheap enough. Oh, pretty excited to see how big propeller engine would look like. It's gonna look like a big propeller engine. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have any fancy plans for it. So I think it will really bind the build together once the superstructure is in over on this side. All right. So let's get this deck in, and then I think we'll switch over to roast for today. Do we have any mods in chat? If so, would you want to go into the roast channel and just at the from the depths roll and say get your roast? Actually, I can just do it. I know my mods are busy little goobers. All right, that's from the depths. Get your builds in now. Roasts in like 5 minutes. There we go. All right. Oh wow, that smokestack there fits perfectly. Incredible. Oh, but we are gonna have to remove you here, buddy. Oh, my surprise when the build I have actually works first try. Look at that. Alrighty. So we have that deck in. Let's get the central deck in, and then we are good to go. These separate. They are shit. Oh, I need healing. How did you end up? No, you're equal. I see. It's you that's causing the issues. Okay. All right, we're gonna. Never mind, chat. This is gonna be difficult. Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay, put you here. All right, and then we put 3 meters in here. Okay, I think we actually don't have to redo anything. I think it does actually match up. Just over here, we gotta get rid of. Okay. No, this is fine. This is fine. We can recover from this. This is recoverable. I was about to actually crash out if that didn't work. Go. Okay. Well, let's figure out how to get this working, shall we? Yeah, I'd rather have the 2 meter here. Now, it does reverse the arrow pattern going in, though, doesn't it? Shit. You know what? Actually, that's okay, because that is how it would naturally connect. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah, because it's two forward arrows going to make a backwards. You know what? That's actually pretty cool. I like that. Then copy the file path to get the save file. I should have saved that somewhere, but I didn't. It's in your documents, FTD, blueprint, or profiles, your name, blueprints, area of air. Did a very early craft. Yeah, you can send whatever craft you want. Just keep in mind that I'm gonna give it feedback as if anything you want feedback on is the craft I recommend sending. So if you want feedback on it already, Blue Man, send it. If not, then send a different craft, right? It's up to you. Roast and Roast is meant to be an educational resource. Alongside just a little bit of cheeky banter between friends, right? So. No, that's not supposed to work like that. You know what? I honestly cannot be bothered right now. I cannot be bothered to fix that. I am not gonna lie to you, chat. Alright, there we go. So we have all the floors, all the main decks are in now. That works relatively well. Alright, so yeah, and then over time we'll figure out what to fill that main area in with. Probably just walkways going between the smokestack to the superstructure. Alrighty, let us save. How many blocks did we place on today? We started off at 5,300. We are now at 6,600. That is 1,300 blocks placed today, chat. Most of which was superstructure, believe it or not. So that's pretty good. For a 3-hour build, I'm happy with that. Alright, double save it. So, I'm gonna restart the sign. I'm gonna run ads now, chat, while I get all the blueprints. And then from there, we can work out where to go next. Alright, I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Alrighty, I got all the blueprints. Yeah, RageBot, just send it in. Don't worry about being a little bit late. You're still new here. Alrighty. Ugh. Oh, I am tired today. Did a lot of building. Quite happy with that. Alright, let's get these guys out of here. Wait, no, I can't do that. 1 second. Shit. Put you guys in here. There we go. Alright, put you in there. RageBot, do you have yours submitted yet? I think that's it. Okay, nice. There we go. Alright, is there any other late submitters? We will make fun of you. No, I'm just joking. Alright. I think that's good for now. Oh, here we go. And we get, what is it? Heal for you? Want to be close, that's what it is. I was confusing the course and the song title. Alright. So we have the Serunos first. Let's get rid of that platform there. Let's take a look at the Serunos. Ooh, okay, cool. T-Lad, this is kind of a cook. So T-Lad normally does those paneled ships that I always love for the spaceships, but this is very nice. I love the, I love the little tents on it. You got little tents in here. Is that some organicness to it? I'm not sure what the spiky bits are meant to be. Is that meant to be like plant life trees, or is that meant to be like lashings and tents and whatnot? I'm not quite sure. Either way, it's very interesting though. I love all the little tents around it though. It feels like almost like orcs took over the ship. You know what I mean? Just arrived here. Hey, T-Lad. T-Lad, how did what is this little, what are the little brown lashings meant to be? I love the tents and the campfire. This is really cool. It's like something you'd see in Halloween. Yeah, kind of. I love the way you did the bonfire. That's incredible. I gotta steal that. But, is it meant to be almost like an orc Luden faction? Because it feels almost like some type of like sea nomad, some type of sea peoples. Wait, say that again. This is cool. I like this. This is really cool. I love the like the underlying ship is really well done, and all the little gubbins and accoutrement on top. Yeah, it's a relic build. Okay, cool. That's really cool. I like this a lot. I like the idea of people coming in and taking over an old ship and just repairing it where they can. That's cool. I really like that. I like how you modeled battle damage too, with the pipes and all that sticking out. That's very nice. But yeah, that bonfire is the coolest part. Got decoed mannequin inside the super. Sure, I'll do an interior check. Oh, see, chat, this is why I don't do interior checks. I was lied to. I was promised a decoed mannequin. The audacity, T-Lad. SMH, but no, really good build. Really good build. Alright, let's see what the haste is up to. So this is Silver Storm. So again, same issue as one of the builds we had on Friday, where he kind of decoed over everything, so it doesn't really look like FTD anymore. It looks good, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't look like FTD. And I'm not really sure how I would help improve that, aside from just add some of the voxelness back, right? No. The relic build, I thought you meant it's old as in this, and I did not know it's this kind of relic. Yeah, no, I love the idea behind that. Like, the idea of, like, people camping out on top of their ship. I'll send it in the later subs. Yeah, no worries, no worries. It still looks really good, T-Lad. Alright. Interesting build, Silverman, but I don't think there's really much I can do with it to give advice. Alright, the Heshapon. Alright, so... Okay. So I see you're redoing the bow. Okay, very cool. What's in here? What's this giant alloy stick for? What's happening here, Ragebot? Ignore the alloy blocks at the float. Okay. Also, if you don't know how to make stuff float, keep in mind you can just use caps lock like I do. Alright, so your turrets... Ah, I see you're doing more... Okay, so again, yeah. Maybe cut off the mantlet, because I feel like these are really stressed right now and they don't aim all the way up, right? And aside from that, you still want to add some little bit of rear weight to your turret, because rear weight will offset how long the barrels go out. So normally people will like move it back up to like... Probably move it over to Barbette, And then maybe even a little bit past the barbette, and then add a rangefinder in there could be really good. Hey, Bone, how's it going? E-jiggle. Taking a docking station on a small portion of the whole fence also works for testing purposes. True, is what I do. Yeah, same with this turret back here. The new superstructure is looking interesting. I like how it's attached here. I like how you have like your metal very crinkled and sharp, right? Interesting style. Hey. I have big movements. So fair, so fair. Okay. Aside from that, simple weapons on the sides, like I said, you have more than enough room inside this build to add APS that you can deco up, which would be pretty nice. And then, yeah, and remember, just expand out the sides a little bit too as you taper forward, so it's not completely flat, and you could really get some good air gaps in there. Because you do have a lot of alloy, keep in mind. Also, you have no air gaps in your, since you're showing off the armor here, you don't, like, you have this one air gap here. I would probably do, like, well, then again, I don't armor my ships very well, but depending on how much armor you want in this, I would definitely change out some of the solid alloy. Just put, like, cut the alloy layers in half, make them metal, and then just put an air gap, and then give yourself air gaps where you can put pumps. Because remember, bulkheads and pumps would help a lot with this build. Michelle use is pretty cool though. Yeah, they're getting better, but I definitely think inside here, and you have a lot of heavy armor around this turret. So because this one's a broadside, if you want to save on weight, only have heavy armor on the sides and then keep the front and back metal. That would save on a lot of weight for you as well. To help with flotation. Okay, yes, alloy spam helps with flotation, but keep in mind, Ragebot, that air floats better than alloy does. So you're gonna want to use these little guys right here. So empty space has 37.5 buoyancy. Alloy has 32.6. So even if you're using alloy to float, air is still better. Roar's doing armor because it's considered exterior, honestly. That's also because I know Ragebot's newer. So helium is better than air. Yeah, but I don't like using helium for my ship builds.
Rustin, I have a message from the field, Frigate Bird. Marlin.
Yes. When they'll get done when they're done. I'm still waiting on Potat for the Frigate Bird, and the Marlin I'm just waiting on Inspiration, which sadly the Privateer has stolen most of. Oh, Paphos, since you're here, Valvo, take a look at this little guy. Where is he? This is what we got done today. We got an extra 1,000 blocks on him today. He's actually starting to come along. And I did the entire superstructure. Alloy is often preferred as it doesn't leak and also acts as armor. That's fair. I just think using solid alloy is rather silly. And I think for something this, like, you could cut down on so much size here if you just add some bulkheads with air. Paphos Delight? No, that one's the Privateer. Paphos Palace. No, it's the Privateer, guys. It is a Paphos build. I'll do my own Palace build eventually, I'm sure. But I'm not sure how I would do that. I think the Siren's Call will probably be the closest thing I get to my own Palace build. What is TS? What do you mean, what is TS? What is... Oh, no, this is Ragebot's build. They're rebuilding... So they had it done the other day, Munpa, and now they're rebuilding it with the advice I gave them on Friday. It's just I was given an armor review quickly because I personally dislike solid alloy like this. Build an island with a one-to-one replica of your house. You know what? We could probably do it. I could probably disguise a one-to-one replica of my house inside a Deepwater Guard build. And that could actually be... Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what I'll do for the buildings. I'll just build... One of the Deepwater Guard houses will be my house, and I just won't tell anyone which one it is. Speaking of, there's no need for air gaps. I don't know. I still like having the air gap. But yeah, the heavy armor, just if you want to save on weight, Ragebot, if it's a broadside, or which this one is, make the sides heavy armor, make the front and back metal. That's what I do on the Freebooter to save armor. Save on flotation. No heat is getting through anyways. Yeah, this is a rather large build, isn't it? Aside from that, your superstructure, I still think you could probably incorporate it into the rear barbette, honestly. What does this say? Is there a smokestack going on the side? Yeah, sure. You could even do a smokestack going out the side here as well. Depending on how modern, quote-unquote, you want your superstructure to be, you don't really have to have that much room for a smokestack. You could even offset them to the side here and here, or do one side for asymmetry. Tons of different ways you could do superstructure. Also, I'm gonna call you out for this. You have a window here. Do you notice how the window can't see over the turret? So I recommend probably keeping this solid and then moving the window up to like here. Because it doesn't make sense that the captain can't see up the front. You know, also the captain is very tall. Why is he so tall? He's a large lad. I'll be moving the bridge up. Oh, okay, there we go. Good, you did catch that. Then check the turret location before deco stuff. No worries. Yeah, just prevent that one layer up. You'd be probably fine. And then I see you have a little APS here for a Sea-Wiz, which is cute, but it's very blocky. I see that a bit more rounded off, I think. All in all, though, you're starting to get there. That's you, Royston. Oh, true, yeah, it's just me at the wheel, 6'4". The point of the ship is to soak up damage. It was built with the idea of making a fleet for it later with war. Okay, but that ship is rapidly approaching the volume where you don't really need other fleets. Because that ship is already bigger than the majority of campaign. And you're not even, like, it's 81 volume without the stern or the bow. What ship is bigger than that in campaign? I think we have, what? Let's go through the campaign real quick. We have the Megalodon, which is probably bigger. Where's my boy? Yeah, so Megalodon's 93. You're at 81k right now, without a bow and stern. So by the time you're done building that fin up, you're probably going to be 120k volume. So you're already bigger than the Megalodon, which is the biggest ship. And then what about biggest airship? I think it's the Pyre still, isn't it? Or sorry, Thrustercraft. Oh no, the Pyre is not the biggest. What's the Empyrean's bigger than the Pyre? Really? I thought the Pyre was always the biggest one. Maybe I'm confusing it with something else. I swear, what's the... Yeah, even the... Oh my god, even the Kobold is small nowadays. What the hell? Everything's so small nowadays. The Venator is small. Thunderclap's small. I know we were making stuff smaller, but come on, what is this? Alright, maybe SD has some stuff that I'm thinking of then. Event Horizon, you almost doubled. Yeah, just your work in progress doubles the Event Horizon, the Hypernova, even the Singularity is tiny compared to your build, right? So that's my point, is I would recommend building a little bit smaller, and it also makes it a lot easier to finish the build as well. Pyre is probably huge, but it's all wedge. Ah, fair. Maybe the Peacekeeper from G2? I forgot the Peacekeeper got added back in. Where is my boy? Is he in here? Are you sure the Peacekeeper's in this? I don't see him. Also, Pelican, my beloved. I love the work Potat did on that. It's such a good little build. Am I blind, chat? I feel like I'm not seeing the Peacekeeper right now. Alright, anyway. Peacekeeper's an installation? Is it? Okay. Yeah, that's still really small. What does that look like anyway? Why is the Peacekeeper an installation? Yeah, because I've never paddocked working on this because I'm in the break room. 1 second. I gotta show this off because I got a little break room. I got a little break room reference for myself. Where is the break room again? I gotta remember where it is now. In here, I know that's storage. I know it's around here somewhere. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Yeah, 'cause there's a mannequin there. There's a little area where there's a lesson being taught, and you can see me clenched to the roof in the background. As a mannequin, and it's very funny. That's all heavy armor. Is it near the back, maybe, or is it near the front? It's around here somewhere. I want to showcase this because I thought it was, because I was there when Paddock was building it. I got a little addition for myself. Right, I'm looking for mannequins inside the build. Was it at the back, maybe? No. I'm like losing my mind right now trying to figure out where this was. Oh, it's around here somewhere. In here, no. All right, I forget where it is, but anyway, go look around for on the Peacekeeper. You'll find me eventually. Break room in the room with us right now. In HQ, I guess that's why it's an installation. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, Okay, there's that one guy laying down in there. Know what's in here somewhere, Chad. I'm not losing my mind. All right. Anyway, somewhere in there, I am in there. In here? And downstairs, maybe? Ah, here we go. Yes. Yeah, here's the... We just lost Foxmere. So this was, you know, there's Paddock, and then I'm right back here. Because I'm trying to steal the GT plans. This was back when I was building Senna. Twitch.tv/RoastingBT Montaigne self-insert is real. I know, right? I'm in GT. I'm canonical, chat. Look at me go. But yes. Anyway, I just wanted to showcase that. It's very fun. I knew it was somewhere near the bottom side there. All right, back to roast and roast. But yeah, Rage Bot, I would highly recommend maybe just cutting down on the amount of blocks you have in there, but that's up to you, honestly. Build how you want to build, of course. LR front sider. All right, Artemis, what exactly are you looking for feedback on this? If it's just the turret, then honestly, yeah, I kind of like the turrets. I like the little side stripes and their offset. That's pretty cool. Spiderson, true. You're gonna get a fully restructure it? Hey, that's perfectly fine. The turret? Yeah, just the turret? Okay. Well, yeah, in that case, I like the turret. It looks pretty solid. What song is this? This is not... let's go to Change in Season. I love Change in Season. That last song was from the DLC, and I haven't played it yet, so I don't want spoilers. No, the turret's solid. You have some good shaping, you have some good mantlets, but I would cut the mantlets off wherever they lean to. But it's not the worst case of lack of mantlet. Like, it still looks good. A little bit saturated on the colors, honestly. I would desaturate the colors a little bit. Just to show that, like, it's been at sea and it's a little bit worn, right? Sun bleach, like, because whenever you're at sea, right, you're gonna get sun bleach and you're gonna get, like, water wear, right? Paul needs some work, to be honest. So true, Carson. No, this is campaign ready for externals. Feel it's decently unfit. But they're asking about the turret cap, guys. Don't be a dick. He's still Annie, probably. True! Alright. Yeah, no, it's not bad. I don't dislike it, if that's what you're asking. I'll be curious to see where you go with it, though. Because that color scheme is going to be hard to make a hull work with it, right? Madness, 6 people. Alrighty. First off, helicopter. Yeah, I guess he's alright. He's a helicopter. Now, this was built in adventure mode, from my understanding. The cramp turret definitely needs work, because it's blasting the back of the head of the pack cannon right now. The hull itself also... the hull itself is fine for adventure mode, honestly. Never mind, what the fuck is this? Your hull ain't even done! You put it in reverse! You put it in backwards! What is that shit? Your turrets aren't even connected! Alright, yeah, you know what, I'm taking that back. Also, why does he have some... Bro has, like, reverse forehead. He's so heavy towards the back. Then, your VLS is at least removed from... Oh my god, there's a hole going straight to the water down here. I would seal off the VLS, maybe put some hatch doors around it. That would look pretty good. It's at least lifted from the deck. So your superstructure is the same color as your deck, which I do not like. The barbettes being the same color as the deck. That's crazy. Make anything that's not deck level the same color as the size over here. Keep up here, because this is obviously, like, walkable space, but you're not going to be walking on the side of the wall, right? So don't make it deck color. How did you adventure and have a complete ship, honestly? Yeah, no, that explains how. We found where they put it on. I like the little radar dish, that's cute. But I feel like it's decently nice because it's so simplistic. Adding more detail would make this feel unbalanced. That's fair. Is it an autosave or actual save file? Good question. Team adventure moment. Yeah, I gotta grab Potad and Serb for adventures again sometimes. Maybe not. I don't know if we'll continue our contested mists run, but we'll probably we'll see if there's a different adventure custom campaign that we can show off. But no, that's very fun. I want to do like contested mists probably around February on my birthday. Just grab the guys and just do a quick little adventure mode. See what we build this time. Because last time we had a flying whale called the Moby Tech. And then this, you know, maybe this year we'll, or next year I guess, because it's not 2026 yet. But maybe next year we'll do a different animal for contested mists, you know what I mean? It could be fun. All right. OW Mace fan build. Let's take a look. All right, orange. I'm not against this. Not necessarily. You know what? I like the little casemates on the side. That's actually interesting for Onyx Watch. I'll give you credit where credit is due. That stuff is interesting. Bova, the central. Oh, you know what? Actually, the turrets are really built well into the system too. I want to find something to complain about here, but I really can't. This is actually decently
Rustin,
good.
I have a message
God,
from
why
the
is the TS
field.
so loud?
Rustin, this is not a drill. Svenno is playing FTD right now.
Oh shit, eh? It's probably building sail ships. You forgot your deck back here, Orange. His deck fell off. And then aside from that, it's not bad. Cute little guy. I think the styling's good. And then you have I like that you have the rear superstructure without having the rear go into the superstructure. That's my issue with the Stronghold, is that the rear just goes into the superstructure and it looks weird. I love the way you did this back here. Looks unfinished SMH. Alright, Moonpod, you send something in today. Alright. But yeah, it's not bad, Orange. I really like this. I'm excited to see where you take it. Also, I love this little guy on top. I love the lambs node on top of the turret. That's cute. Oh, look, it's a bit like a church ship for moral support. I would say it looks like a church ship, honestly. I'd say that's just how Onyx Watch does modern superstructures. Alright, the Premier P62B. What is that sign gonna say? Alright, it just explains the war. That's cute, I like that. Can reliably beat the Kopesh. Nice. The Devil Wheel stack is staying because I like it. Yeah, no worries. I was just saying if you need to ever save on volume. I do like that you did retexture the metal grates. Okay, this part here is... You have 2 metal plates here. Just line it up all the way down. Because, like, imagine if you did, right? Let's go over this. Alright, so you line it all the way up here. Also, instead of doing free freeze, do 2 4s and a 2. It'll just it'll be a little bit better for armor value. Metal down here, and then just down here. You see how that looks a little bit cleaner? I like the way you connect it around back here. That's pretty cool. But just at the front here, if you just connect it up like that, that would fix a lot of your texture issues. It still feels a little bit chunky because it doesn't have that texture split. But it does look pretty good. And I see you rounded off the turret a little bit. That's not bad. You got the little cameras in there. I like the ERA. I don't know what you plan on doing with the ERA, if you're going to deco it. Maybe to look like a pleek armor, but it could be really interesting. Hey, and then you solve the wedge out front, so the person can actually sit now in the tank instead of just having to lay down. Very nice. Okay, good job. No, that's an improved vehicle. Good work, Gerb. All right. Piranha. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I know what this fucker is. Thunder. This doesn't work. So the idea of a deep underguard jet, I'm fine with, honestly. That's not the part I'm upset about here. I'm gonna pretend I do not see this. But the part I'm really upset about here is the fact that you didn't even try to make it like deep underguardified. Like you have a glass cock, like this just looks like a jet made out of wood. It doesn't look like a deep underguard jet, you know? Ashes compatible? True. Wedding cake design? Yeah. Oh no, Roars missed the sign. I read the sign. I gotta talk about the pool of white blocks on the left hand side. That was the sign, wasn't it? Generally, this isn't a good idea. It's just a bit messy. I now read what it sounded mean. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Ace water combat. Deep Underguard jet should be some kind of first or second gen jet. Yeah, I personally like the Korean War jets for Deep Underguard jets, but let's say you want to, like, I kind of want to see a little bit more here, right? Like, because you got the weapon deck is perfectly fine, but like, what makes this jet Deep Underguard? You know what I mean? That's what I'm confused about here. Not just a wooden Su-27. Yeah. If you're so against Deep Underguard jets, then delete them from Svenno. Well, that's not how that works though, because Svenno gets custom jets. That's what makes them unique as a style, alongside with their shell shaping. Because keep in mind, Svenno style jets are based off old Yanwali airships of the past, right? Back from when Yanwali had a massive trade empire. So, add some hidden fake mainframes so it's destroyed targets or something. Maybe as a tally on the side, like a little like wooden board with tally marks on it could be really cool to denote about the kills. But, oh yeah, it kind of makes sense, I guess, yeah. So, that's the only reason why Svenno has jets. If GT exists too, yeah. But yeah, no. My biggest issue with this is just it doesn't feel like you really did anything to make it like even like, like how you have some fighters from World War II where it's just two fighters stuck together, like that one made out of a Mustang, where they just stuck. I think was it the Lightning that was just two Mustangs stuck together, or I forget what it was. But so now it has jets. Which one is that? No, like they have custom jets and simple jets for movement. F-82, maybe. They have more non-jet airships than jet ones. Well, they do. They have the balloon core. Called the Double Mustang, I think. The SCW plane? Maybe, I don't know. Either way, I feel like having a twin fuselage could make it feel Deepwater Guard. But as it is right now, this just feels like a wooden jet and not necessarily a Deepwater Guard jet. Does that make sense? All right. Also, name the Piranha when Deepwater Guard planes are named after ocean birds or seabirds. Seabirds of prey, because we have what? We have the Shrike, we have the Puffin, we have the cormorants. Yeah, aquatic birds. That's what I was looking for. 5th gen Deepwater Guard steam jet fighter one. Also, yeah, that's another idea too. I would use steam jets to make Deepwater Guard jets. That could be really interesting. Like a 1st gen steam jet propelled. Like I think like that German one, the ME-262, but there are 2 steam jets instead of custom jet, right? Could be really interesting. Trailblazer, as Carson said, it's a wooden plane just like that with Sunland's laser. Yeah, the Trailblazer is really cool. Deepwater Guard VTOL fighter with steam jets. I wanted to make a Deepwater Guard A10 called the Dust Wind, like as in like W-I-N-G, but I never got around to it. Person has a picture of a frigate bird taped onto the ceiling above his bed. Not quite. Deepwater Guard Dornier 31 with steam jets could be fun. Yeah, that could be fun. 160 would be better. Okay, well then build it. I'm just giving ideas. Doe 31 is my favorite point. Is that the one with the weird tail where it's all 4 directions have the fins out? And then it has the inline propeller? Because I've been watching a lot of what's his name? Spookston. And he has like all those unique German planes, and I'm like, some of this could really be good for Deepwater Guard. The issue with a Deepwater Guard A10 is that small APS be hard. Well, we can fix that. We can just make it a sand blaster. The VTOL troop transport from the 60s with the 10 engines. Doe 31. Have to look into that then. Doe 31. Oh, it's that fin. That is strange, isn't it? See, the only time I really pay attention to Dornier is like for their single-man fighters and for their float planes or flying boats. Because I really like some of them as inspiration for the frigate bird. Planes are glass cannons with APS. The entire thing can just be covered in decorated APS parts. Do some kind of rail burst cannon. I don't know. Probably not. Like a Cram A10. Oh god, a Cram A10. Or we could just do a Deepwater Guard AC-130. Just like the 31. It's goofy. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying it was not what I was thinking. I've just never seen the 31 before. All right, we got the Rebel Express next. Cruiser, is this meant to happen? This is cool, don't get me wrong. But I know this is for the Christmas campaign. Let's try and put it in silver snow color so we can at least see some difference with it. Is it meant to be twisting all around like that? Oh my god, the rails, what? Yeah. No, this is cool. It's kind of like the this is for the Christmas, oh, that's cool, I like that. This is for the Christmas campaign this year. It's a little Polar Express reference, I assume. I gotta see how much combat power it has. I just need to see this. Let's see, how does it attack people? Or is it just a cargo ship? It might just be a cargo ship, I guess. Interesting, I think it's just a cargo ship. Damn, I was really hoping that would have some combat viability to it. Alright, well that's cool, I guess. That works for Christmas campaign, I think that's really cool. It has none at the moment. Ah, fair. Sleepy carriage. Yeah, that one in the center is just sleeping right now. Polar Express goes crazy. I know, I'm surprised that someone managed to build this cruiser. This is good. Response to the cars are upright. Nah, I think it's okay as it is. It knows what it did. Heard of truck kun, you've heard of bus kun. Now watch out for train sama. Oh my god. No, that's cool. I love it. Especially how like it leaves the... Oh, it actually has rails coming behind. How did you do that? With the trail there. That's cool as hell. I just saw that now. The trail is train. I thought it was just cool that you had a train, like a trail behind you, right? But no, the trail is specifically train tracks. Oh, you're using pack. I see how it. Okay, I see how it does. Yeah. I've seen that. Okay, I've seen that before. That's cool. Oh, trail block. Okay. Wait, is there specific trail blocks now? That's cool. Either way, that's a really well done idea. Pack? Well, no, I thought it was like the melee pack, and then at least afterwards. No, I didn't know about the trail blocks being added. That's cool. My Twitch just crashed. Yeah, trails are fin now? Okay. Wasn't the cool part of the trail? Well, I didn't know about trail blocks. Look, I don't get briefed on every new block added to the game, let's be honest here. I've only really cared about the game with the new sales update coming around the corner. Alright. Rounder class armored cruiser. This feels like a 2-stack build. Ah, color me surprised. Alright, let's do white player colors. That normally works the best for 2-stack. Never mind. Alex, watch it is. Alright. Get the first info on the aesthetics update, you goober. Bro, did not get them out? Yeah, but I didn't look at that part specifically. Alright, I like your side turrets though. This is looking a lot better. I can imagine this scraping as it falls off the hull, and I hate it. But I like the front turrets as well. This is coming a lot better, Tuesday. It's looking a lot better. And you finally fixed the superstructure. Holy sh... What is he doing here? At least move the poles 1 in 2-stack so that it's not, because right now, having the poles there makes them feel, like, so wide. If you move the poles 1 in, it'll still look supported. Make them a little bit smaller, too. And it won't look so wide. 2-stack locked in. Yeah, no, I will say the lower superstructure looks great here. It's just this that ruins it. But, everything else looks really good. Goddamn, 2-stack. I feel like I've consistently seen you build and craft like this, and it's, Oh, you even get the little lifeboat holders. That's adorable. Good job on this, honestly. This is about the same amount of firepower as the privateer. Very good, Tuzak. I love that you have something that's about the same amount of firepower as the privateer. We'll have to test them out against each other later. I love the UFO. Maybe make the poles angled. Oh, the poles angled could work too. Lifeboat's coming soon. Yeah, that's fair. I just think my biggest issue is the poles straight up and down make it look so wide. And you don't want something that wide, that high up. But the hull looks great. Why is he so fast? Where the fuck does he have to be that he is fleeing the field of battle? Your troops flee the battle, sire. Shameful display. No, really nice 2-stack. I'm glad to see that you're really developing your style there. Alright, so, I almost read this as the salami, so you're welcome that I actually took my time to read. Oh, this is a cute little guy. Look at him. He's neat. I didn't think whatever that was. Little SD fan build. I like him. Honestly, I don't think I have many notes for this. I think he just looks good. Good job. Who did this? Yeah, Syrup. Good job on this little guy. What are these out front? Oh. Ah, I see. Okay. Cool. I like that. I really don't have many notes I can provide there. Like, that's just a good-looking craft. Homie was late for work. Yeah, Tuzak's boat had to get out of here. Alright. We got the Shrike next. Is this updated again, Lava? I feel like I looked at this recently. Alright, hey, you finally added the torpedoes. Nice. Hey, you did an anchor up front, too. Nice. You changed all of the... Oh, nice. You actually changed it in here so that it... What's this? Painted metal on my deepwater guard? The audacity. Alright. I see you changed all the outside so that it's offset instead of flush with the wood, which is nice. I don't think I mentioned that on your build, or maybe you had that before. I don't think I mentioned that on your build earlier. Or maybe I did and you fixed it, or maybe you already had it fixed from the start, but either way, good job. A lot of people missed that. Single painted or block, you feel he made a simple mistake. 2 simple mistakes. No, my painted metal. You don't get painted metal where we're going. Okay. Oh, so you ran into the same problem I had earlier with just making a flat side like this. So this is how I fixed it on the privateer earlier. I don't know if you were watching, but The fuck is this? Is that decoed? Why is there just a deco inside? Okay. Anyway. Moving on. Put that there. So in order to make it feel a little bit less flat on the sides, let's say 2 in on either side. We'll do something like this. That gives us 3 in the middle. And then up here, we can just quickly fix those. And you can see how that helps break up the shape a little bit compared to just... Oh, never mind, you have a very asymmetric... Well, hey, the asymmetry is good. Good job there. Yeah. Never be afraid to use inverted corners to solid blocks to inverted corner to clear up one of those areas where you have a lot of slopes all in a row. Listen, I was stiff and glue. You know what? Fair enough. 3 simple mistakes. Yeah, 3 strikes. They're out. We gotta get rid of them. Ah, you did change some of the shape of the teeth. Oh, but you didn't give him a little gold tooth. There we go. We gave him his gold tooth back. Oh, no, he did have his gold tooth. I just didn't look. There we go. Nice, so he has a little gold tooth. You changed the angle of some of the teeth, which is nice. Really well done there. I like the idea of like the little jaw underneath. That is cute. These look more like the... why does this look so much like the old freebooter turrets now? There it is. Oh, I don't like this metal back here. No. No, not like this. Let's take these off, maybe. Take these off. I think if you really want to do something like this, I would do it like this. If you absolutely have to have it back in the corner there. You see how that just fits a little bit better and it's a lot less sticking out like a sore thumb. And then if you absolutely need to have everything connected, just down here, deco on here. And then it's a little bit of overlap still, which is fine, but it just looks a little bit cleaner, you know? Yeah, you very rarely want your turrets to feel blocky. So maybe that's just a little quick fix there. In here looks fine. This is looking good. Love the way you did these smokestacks. Very, very much improved from your first build you sent in. You get the little crooked mast, nice. One thing I will complain about though, the fact that I can't hit the fucking mast. Is that good? Oh yeah. I would just put a little spike on top to showcase where the mast ends, maybe. Overall though, not many mistakes I can see. There's a few small ones here and there. Copied the plunderer, very good, very good. Good work on this. It's really coming along as its own build. He just painted metal. No, that's fine. The metal painted there is fine. Does it shoot itself when a target spawns? Do the fire as soon as the combat starts? Wait, what? Misclick with shift click? Don't worry about it. It was hidden for a reason. Go to Verson's house to paint his metal fleet detail. No! Any neater deep guard craft has painted metal on purpose, but it's like one block and this color is barely visible, kind of like smuggled contraband. Oh, probably. Maybe broken top of mass lead in fervor. Maybe that. Yeah, there's an idea there. What if I turned the Pequod into a Basilosaurus? No, don't touch the Pequod. Pequod's fine as it is. It's just a little guy. He's okay. All right. But no, good work on that, honestly, Lava. You're coming along quite well. I'm excited to see what your second build is. I think for the Shrike, you've learned all you can on this. I think now, if you're not burnt out, is to start a new Deepwater Guard build and learn a different aspect of Deepwater Guard. And I think you can become a really good builder for it. Needs to vibe check the Juan Carlos mobile with a body slam. All my painting is probably illegal as hell, and I've been making fun of others. Oh, probably, Winpaw. All right. Silver's no Shogun at large. Let's take a look here. I like the ice for the barbette. I don't know, I still feel like... So, I feel like this part you've done great with. Everything above this deck is fine. I feel like it's this part here that we need to work on making unique. Because we don't want every ship to look the same, right? So... I like the ice back here, but I feel like we need a little bit more to make this. And that's why I'm saying I think I might go with a Japanese castle style of having like different turrets up here, and then we can have casemated turrets around here. But we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll see how that goes. I do like in here though. This is pretty cool. It feels really thin though. Like I know Silverstone ships are thin, but I think for something this tall, it feels a little bit too thin. Yeah, because you're taller than you are wide, which I don't think the Ronin does it? If it does, maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. Oh no, okay, it's a little bit. It's about the same. About the same difference. I think just the extra 6 blocks makes it feel a little bit too tall compared to its width. What about the Ashigar? Same idea, yeah. Yeah, okay. And I feel like it works on the smaller ships, but not as much for the bigger ships. I feel like the bigger ships should be a little bit bigger. Maybe put the 2 middle side turrets up the side by a bit more. I don't think that's the issue, honestly. I think that's just the issue is, like, I just don't think the style scales up well. It works well at a small scale. I don't think it scales upwards too well. So we have to. I have to figure out a larger scale style for it. The ratio of smokestack to upper super is different because it's bigger. Yeah. Looks good ratio-wise. Very Battle Cruiser-esque. Main tower is taller here. The Evers, yes, that. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, you can see it here. That is what's throwing it off, is that the smokestack is so much taller than the tower there. Alright. Finish words. Alright, let's see what you painted wrong. So I like this, but I kind of feel like in order for it to be Deepwater Guard, it needs a gun shield. To make it, like, a little bit more wood, because it's a lot of metal right now. The sides look great. The back feels a little bit off, honestly. Feels a little bit flat at the back. A little bit open, which is fine, but... And I feel like you need some more beef at the back to really beef it up, right? Your railings, you can have 0.5 height, so it doesn't flip out of bounds there. That would help you a little bit. Chains look fine. Superstructure, actually, I like a lot for superstructure. I feel like the hull is a little bit too small. Your superstructure is taller than your hull is. I like these little side launchers though, that's cool. I just think, yeah, I think just like make the hull like 2 blocks deeper, and I think this would be pretty good. It's not bad though. It's a good start, Munpa. Oh, and I just realized I like how your props are all offset from each other. That's cute. I like that a lot. Need some internal work through. Fits build. Every time I hear the word Carlos, I always pronounce it the way Vinesauce Yule pronounces it. I'm not sure who Vinesauce Yule is. Yeah, be scared of my super serious. Ah, I see. Ah. Guess I should be forced to widen it. Well, honestly, I'm gonna level with your Gravitas. Scrap that build for now. Let me build a larger superstructure idea and see if we can get it working. I need to build another Fitzgerald airship. Yeah, you kind of cooked on the Atlas. I'd love to see what you do with like a larger design. There's just the urge to steal some Deepwater Guard as for the orbital cannon. Honestly, if people let you, just ask first, is all I ask. Like, you know, I tend to steal quite a few designs from roasts for my own builds. Like that balcony I put on the Privateer was stolen from the Rubigino from Blue Man. But also, I put in the fine print, but if you submit it to roast, I have the right to steal it. But again, also, if you're just inspired by people's builds, just, you know, take them, look at them, build up your own version of it. I don't think anyone's going to be really upset. Just don't put them in a custom campaign is all we ask. Alright, Vox ACM. Ah, Horsenator. No, it's not a Horsenator build. Blue Man build. Oh. I saw the rear there, and I thought this was going to be a Horsenator build with the way the rear went up. I have a missile cruiser in the works right now, but this gives me the idea for an anti-sub monosider. Ooh, okay, cool. Plus, you want to know what you think of the general hull shape, turret, and also the idea of the swivel thruster at the back. Well, that's all you have on here, so I assume that's what it is. Okay, I like the swivel thruster. That's cool. Hull shape is also really nice, though your stern is sharper than your bow. Do with that information what you will. But I highly recommend sloping the bow out a little bit more. Plus, it gives you more room for that tumble home vibe. Ooh, the turret's cute. I like the way you have it attached there. That's actually really nice, Blue Man. And you have some good proportional. So for Rage and forget who else I called out their turrets. This is what I mean when I say you want your turret proportional. You see how they have the back flat and then slopes up into a rounded bit? That's how I recommend doing your turrets, especially Rage, especially because you have those big battleship guns. And the mantlets here are also really clean as well. Just, you know, hole with squared off area inside. Super nice. And then this isn't too bad, the Seawas, but I feel like right in here needs a little bit of something to balance out the length of that barrel. That's a very long barrel. Aside from that, everything else looks fine. I like the shaping of the blue man, it's good. Okay, makes sense with an example. Yeah, okay, I'm glad that makes sense. Alright, we're on to the Wyvern now. Ooh, okay. I think this was another SD build, yeah? Yeah, it was. You can always tell. Alright, so this is Mumdo's, okay? Very busy winds, I have to admit. Winds are very busy on the side here. Not the biggest fan of that. The engines look great, though. Love those. Then as you go forward, I feel like I kind of want more from this. You know? It's not bad, but it's very busy, and it doesn't have those large plates that SD does, right? I assume this is Rapid Assault or something. Are the Silver Snow Air Force allowed steam jets? No. Silver Snow Air Force is exclusively prop planes. Needs more on the underside too. Yeah, I was about to say that because the underside feels very busy and yet there's nothing going on. And then the top side, like I like everything in front of the cockpit. That feels SD, and then I like the engine block. But these winds feel a little bit off. Does that make sense? Oh, we're back on Color Your Night. Let's go. Actually, you know what? Let's put some Zelda music on for this last design. All right. Well, I say put a last design. There's really not much else to say. I would just say clean it up a little bit, add some SD plates, look at ever rapid assault vehicles. It's not a bad start. By no means is it a bad start. It's just not quite where you want it to be, right? Alrighty, let's move up and over here. So, that's gonna be all for today, chat. That's gonna be all for this week. We'll be back on Friday with some more FTD, and that will be fun, I'm sure. But until then, please stick around for the raid, as you will get bonus channel points, which can go towards your Maidstone Redemption or exercise or whatever you really want to use your channel points for. I don't know what you people use them for. But aside from that, I'll be roasting for tea. Let's go find some of the raid, shall we? Is there anyone else doing FTD right now? Let's go see if there's anyone else doing FTD. There is. Let's go see what they're up to. They're doing camp. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, that doesn't look interesting. Respectfully, let's see what my friends are up to then. Let's see, Magi's doing Necrosmith, Pins is doing Hollow Knight, Arky's doing Hollow Knight, Red Mage is doing Super Mario, Ice doing Enshrouded, Rufus is doing Dark Souls. You know what, let's go see what Arky's up to. Yeah, Roasting, no worries, see you guys. Raid in our. Alright. Yeah, aside from that, Friday will be FTD, the weekend will be EU5 achievements, probably our Castile run through that I was talking about. Monday will be more FTD. And this Tuesday, I'm going to have an FTD lore short out. Thursday, we'll have one as well. Wednesday, I'm hoping to get that EU5 video out. I have to restart the entire process because the update ruined my save. And there's no point in doing a video on a save I can't continue. But it also gives me a chance to redo it in a different format, which I think will work better for my workflow. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you for your feedback. No worries, it's what I'm here for. I will see you all on FTD Friday. Bye bye. Have a wonderful week.